Welcome back to MarketBubble, a show about investing in yourself, where we feel an overwhelming majority of young men today are in a losing position. How are we positioned? Find out today and every Thursday, 1 p.m. PST live on twitch.tv/FaZe Banks. I am also live on Twitter, and I am joined today with my beautiful, tall, dark, handsome co-host, Ansem.
Yo, what's good, brother? How we doing?
And where are you live, brother?
New York City, live on kick.com/Ansem.
And your Twitter. Your Twitter's
and Twitter, of course.
Fucking jumping. And guys, before we do anything else, we're not putting this off anymore. We have a winner. We have picked a winner for the chat aggregator, guys. If you don't already know, I think, what did we drop that? Episode 3?
Yeah, it was a few ago. It was a few ago for sure.
It's been almost 2 months. We got an overwhelming number of submissions, but chat aggregator should be up here. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So this is pulling from my Twitch chat. This is pulling from my Twitter, from Ansem's Twitter. And now we can kind of like live interact. And we're seeing this too. Even when it's not in the middle, we're seeing this live. Yeah, there's a whole like dashboard for it. I really want to like show it off. I want to properly show it off.
All the fucking addresses is so crazy.
Yo, somebody on Telegram. Yeah, it's insane. Somebody on Telegram. Guys, listen, no addresses. We're going to be live airdropping people throughout the chat all day, but we're not going to be picking random Solana addresses. We will hit you up on the side. We're looking for people who are contributing in a productive or positive way. We're looking for familiar faces. So Z, if you see somebody who's always in your fucking X chat, he's been in there since fucking episode 1. ASUP444. I just gave him a fucking $1,000. He's been here since minute 1, episode 1. He's the fucking first person in the chat every day. There's nobody who I know who deserves it more. Somebody just gifted me. Somebody just gifted me subs? Who? And how many? Oh, fuck. Fuck it. Fuck them, right? We'll get them next time. But yeah, listen, without further ado, this chat aggregator is beautiful. We can see it in real time, and we really, really appreciate you. Drum roll, please. The winner is, I guess I'll just show my laptop. Zach.eth. Zach.eth. Congratulations. You have won $10,000 for a app that we could have got for free because this apparently.
But we love you though. It's great.
Yeah, this apparently has been made a fucking 1,000 times. Yeah, and we I don't know. Fuck it. Who cares? This is the kind of energy we're trying to attract, though, in case you guys haven't picked up what we're putting down. We want this type of energy. We want builders to come here, founders to come here, people who want to fucking grow with the show, who want to help us grow the show. That's the kind of culture we're trying to build over here at MarketBubble, and it's going great, man. It's going great. Brother, these last 2 weeks, Z.
Bro, it's possibly the craziest 2 weeks I think I've ever had in crypto. And I've been in crypto since 2017, bro.
It's got to rank up there with
fucking control, bro.
Has to, bro. Has to.
Out of control. But yeah, bro, my accounts were going nuts. As you guys have seen, I called bottom on Bitcoin around like 58.8K or whatever it was. Called bottom on Solana like $69. Both are up from those lows. And coincidentally, right around the same time, somebody sent me this fucking Ansem Pump.fun token, and I CTO'd that right around the same time that I called bottom on the market. And so, yeah, I think we've seen like a lot more people go risk on. Nobody was expecting any coins to go over 100 mil in the first week or second week. And we see a lot more on-chain volumes, a lot more on-chain activity. Solana specifically is hitting literally record highs across the board on all metrics, except for price. So we are looking forward, I think, to the next few weeks and few months, especially if this trend continues. I think on-chain is going to be really hot.
This wallet is currently sitting with, as you guys can see, pardon me, almost just threw up, $162 million.
Yes, sir.
It's fucking insane. And as my title to my pre-show suggests and my tweet, giving chat $1 million. Guys, this isn't just clickbait. Do you want to just elaborate on kind of your vision? I know you have, to this day, in the last 2 weeks, you have given away how much money?
Like around 20 million.
And just says it that launch? Casual. Says it just casual, like they're giving away, I don't know, like 20 million. Guys, to put that into perspective for you guys, Mr. Beast, who is like the philanthropist, the internet biggest YouTuber in the world, biggest creator in the world, he is known for giving away money. Like that is his whole shtick. That is his whole spiel. He gives away like on average, I feel like minimum like 100K every YouTube video he does.
Yep.
And he has given away over the course of his career around 200 million. And you're already 10% into that in 2 weeks. And I know it's a goal of yours and of this community and of this effort to eventually flip Mr. Beast.
Yes, sir.
And what time frame are we working with? Ideally for you, in a perfect world, dream scenario, flip Mr. Beast by when?
By end of the year. Honestly, by end of the year. I think if I'm right on Solana and right on markets and right on the on-chain trends occurring, I think we can give away more than $200 million by end of the year. And I say that because I kind of have a supercharged asset that Mr. Beast doesn't have. I have a token that's kind of connected to me and connected to the memes, connected to the bull market on Solana. And last cycle, if you saw what happened with memes, Bonk went to fucking 5 billion, Whiff went to fucking 5 billion. But I wasn't on the team, didn't have good supply control on it, didn't have good control of the narrative and the things that you can do around marketing and entertainment with the coin. And in this situation, I do. And I think that it's really important at the beginning of these bull markets in crypto that the core protocols airdrop cash to people, especially to their core users. And we haven't seen that happen yet this cycle. So I'm kind of taking it into my own hands and plan to do that. And yeah, I think if Solana continues to do well, we're going to continue to give away tokens to people. I plan on doing it in a way that makes the most sense. So I'm not going to do it like all at once, but I'm going to do it staggered in ways that I can direct token holders to certain protocols and certain things, certain marketing events. I really want to create a community of people who are aligned for this bull market while also giving stimulus packages back to the crypto community.
Epic. And I think last show closed out. I think when we ended, I think it was at like 160. It's at around 300 right now. I know all-time highs like 400 million. Again, I think that, it's for where we're at currently in Solana and crypto, it's just fucking insane what you've managed to do. And
bro,
I have here,
shit hasn't even started moving yet. Like Solana's still at $80. Solana all-time high is like 97? And Bitcoin's still like 63K, whatever it is.
I have here your metrics from Twitter in the last week. This is fucked, nuts. Bro. This is foul.
It's crazy.
Or is this the month? No, this is 7 days right here. 7 days.
Week, bro. It's the week, yeah.
92 million impressions. Yeah. 95,000 new followers. You teleported from 1 million. We just celebrated 1 million last week to 1.1.
Yes, sir.
375,000 replies. That is fucked.
Bro, I know. People almost get mad at me for not replying. I can't even go through all of them, dude. It's nuts.
Almost 1 million likes. Almost 1 million likes and 94,000 reposts. This is fucking absolutely insane. And our intern annualized 4.8 billion impressions. That's so funny. Nick goes, we're doing ARR metrics on impressions now. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, fuck why not, bro? Why
fuck
not?
it, bro.
We're trending up.
100%.
We're trending up.
Attention is everything. It's so ultra important to this effort. And yeah, I mean, you generated 100 million impressions last week. Your coin flip, pump fund, and holder count. Our timelines are cooked with Black Bull only. We need updates on all fronts. What do you want to tell the people? I know you probably have a million questions. There's a lot that people have been asking over the week. There's a lot to share, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think generally like assets in today's age are kind of valued on two different things, like the tangible value and intangible value. And I think the intangible value of attention is really hard to capture in a certain way, and tokenization is one of the ways to capture that value. We saw it with Dogecoin in 2020 and 2021. Elon was super big on it, but it went extremely viral. Dogecoin had like over 5 million holders. It went to over 80 billion market cap. And as you guys know, Doge is just a very popular meme on the internet, but retail was speculating on the virality of this meme. And it did really well because so many people were speculating on this value. And I think you're going to continue to see people speculate on these trends in markets and continue to do that. But I think another way that people have effectively ascribed value to attention is through the creator economy. And the creator economy has grown huge over the past few years. You guys obviously know Mr. Beast, know Speed, know Kai Cenat, know those guys. And the way that they make their money is they have a ton of subscribers on these channels. They have people to tune into all their live streams. They're able to get sponsorships for a fuck ton of money, able to buy companies under their own large companies and direct all of their viewers and subscribers to certain things. I think what Mr. Beast does is he's more entertainment and philanthropy. So he gives away a lot of money, but he does it in an entertaining way. And he makes so much money from his subscriptions and his deals that he's able to just continuously give that money back to his fans I think Speed does a great job of entertainment and community. So Speed is a diehard community around him. He doesn't give away money in the same way that Mr. Beast does, but he's super entertaining. He's very down to earth. He relates to all these people. And so wherever he goes to different countries and sees their different cultures, people relate to Speed. And he continuously has a large amount of viewers watching all of his content.
So one of the chats said, "Black, handsome Mr. Beast."
That's awesome. Yeah, my kind of view for Ansem is like some combination of a meme. Obviously, the Black Bull meme I think is awesome and cool for the bull market. So some combination of like Doge, and then also like reflective of the creator economy. So I have this community of people that have been following me for 9 years plus on Twitter that want to learn how to trade markets, want to learn how to get active in markets, and also are active on chain. They spend a lot of money. I would say that my 1.1 million followers maybe be the most active and spending capital on the internet across anybody on X. And I'll go to bat for that pretty hard because I just know how much the people on CT spend and are active traders. And so I want to kind of combine like the memes and this creator economy in a way that benefits everybody, and give back some of the attention that I'm getting, because I get a ton of sponsorship revenue. I get like people that are interested in wanting to partner with me. I get people who want to market with me. I have this show, MarketBubble. People want to sponsor this. And I've never really had a way to give back all the value that I'm generating myself with the influence I have online back to the people that are actually the reason I'm so influential. Like I have all these people that are following me. Nobody would want to pay me sponsorship revenue if I didn't have 1 million plus followers on X, but I have no way of directly incentivizing those people. And so what I kind of think with Ansem is I have a way to align people around this token and also give value back to those people that are supporting me and have been supporting me for a really long time.
And on that note, Lo Shmi, we're going to give you a little $1,000 airdrop. You had a nice little reply to this really fresh graphic. Obviously, in this effort to flip Mr. Beast, we're trying to give away $200 million in the next 6 months. We have a little sub goal, and the sub goal is to allocate $1 million of that to chat. So this will count as chat. Obviously, it's happening live on the stream. Lo Shmi has a fucking Pudgy Penguins, Avi, and we have Luca Netz coming on, and this is just in 2 weeks, airdropping over $21 million is absolutely nuts. I agree. I fully agree. And I think it segues kind of nicely into the next subject, which is a little bit less of like a fun thing that we're gonna talk about. And I don't know how deep you want to go, but obviously we had this Andrew Tate episode planned, right? And I was fucking stoked on it because my dream is to really break this fucking show into like mainstream algorithms and audiences. And, Tate is one of the biggest creators, celebrities on the planet. And yeah, he posted this tweet, and it was just like me talking about, we'll just watch it. We need to have Corinna on, honestly. Next week is going to be Andrew Tate and Thread Guy, but maybe the week after that's Corinna. And Jake Paul's coming on soon too. The show's cracking, baby. We're cracking. Obviously, I'm excited about it. And yeah, he posted that from his Twitter, and the plan was for him to come on. I hit him up. I organized it. We had planned for it. And he fucking, I was like, brother, just don't drop a coin. Let's talk about whatever. I didn't even want to talk to him about crypto or markets, really. I just wanted to talk to him about fucking the attention part, because he's phenomenal at that piece, Yep. I'm not so great at the crypto shit though. I don't know. We had to cancel the episode. It's just a conflict of interest. It made no sense to bring him on.
I'll explain why. What happened with me last cycle? So I had this thesis that like all these popular people outside of crypto, they have a fuck ton of followers, fuck ton of distribution. If they come into crypto, there's a way that they can use that distribution, which is external to crypto, in a positive way. And I was completely wrong on that. Maybe the most wrong I've been on any thesis that I've ever had in crypto. All of them scammed. Every single person who joined crypto externally to try and use their distribution in crypto scam people. Every single one of them.
Literally every
single one. Everyone. And what I realize is like these celebrities, quote unquote, one, they actually don't have any fucking money. They're broke as fuck. And two, they don't give a fuck about crypto people at all. And what I realize is like their distribution outside of crypto does not matter at all because they don't give a fuck about crypto people. And so whenever they would launch these coins or partner with people to launch these coins, they will be partnering with somebody who bundles them. This anonymous dev has a fuck ton of the supply. They get paid up front for a few tweets about it. And then as they're doing that, whoever bundled the supply is selling on everybody's heads. They don't tweet about it for any more after that. and then that's it, and that's the top. And every single person who joined outside of crypto tried to do something like that, scam people. And so this cycle, I'm not platforming any of those fuckers, bro. I'm not giving any attention to people who want to negatively impact crypto. I learned a lot last cycle. I'm not doing that again. But I do know that there's a good way to utilize your distribution and attention in a positive way. And that's what I plan to do with Ansem. And so I just, bro, I'm not making the same mistake twice.
No more honest. Captain Save-A-Ho, bro. It's that, bro. Celebrities are going to do what they're going to do. Like you said, across the board, regardless of who it was, in every single example, in every single case. I mean, brother, I was with you in LA.
Everyone.
Kanye West basically flew you out. So you set aside a week of your life to go talk to bro about fucking markets and whatever at the peak of all like the fucking the Solana hysteria, meme coin hysteria. And you fucking gave him the absolute best advice you possibly could. You were obviously seen in rooms with him and seen on Twitter. He fucking tweeted your name out. Somebody go fucking find me Ansem. Yeah. And then he dropped a fucking coin, bro. And it's like, it's the exact same.
It's just too many bad actors around these people that have a lot of influence. And I did talk to he did listen to some of the things that I told him when I was speaking with him, but like in the actual execution of the project, I just wasn't close enough to be able to tell them exactly what to do. But yeah, I had a lot of great ideas for exactly how these type of things could work. I mean, these people have so many different avenues and levers that they can connect stuff to, but they just don't do it well because there's too many bad actors around them that influence him to do.
I mean, bro, Afro Man was like, "Yo, Black Bull."
I almost interacted with this dude. I ignored this one. I didn't interact with him at all. But I knew something told me that the shit was gonna fucking be like this, bro. There's just it's really hard to keep attention on something for an extended period of time if you're not in the weeds in crypto and don't have a trusted community of people around you. One, and then two, they're too short-term oriented, bro. They're too short-term oriented.
It's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked.
The Hawk Tua thing, I went on her podcast and they try to sneakily, and not her, by the way, it's really important to articulate, and maybe we give them the benefit of the doubt too much. We're like too charitable with these like celebrities. Because I know a lot of people like play dumb. That's kind of like the move to make in that instance. But like it is a lot of like manager types, people close to them, people in their inner circles, like pushing them to do this. Yeah, they try to fucking drop a coin like the day they were going to drop that podcast. And that is not, that was not, you know what I mean? It was, or no, they tried to trade. I think she had already done the coin. We went on to try to talk to her about why this was bad and why she got such bad pushback on it. And then like they try to inside trade it. They tried to like her team, I don't know, it's a fucking mess. But leave celebrities to do what they do. We're not going to play God. I think
I'm not touching it, bro. I'm not talking to any of them, bro.
Fuck them all.
If they want to get involved, they can buy Ansem or buy Solana. That's why they want to get involved. They can get involved that way.
Yeah, buy Bitcoin and shut the fuck up. They don't care. I mean, segues pretty nicely into, because I guess what you're doing is kind of along the same lines, right? To the average person, they would look at it probably as one and the same, but it's anything but, right? I think it's exactly the opposite. And I think it's because your goals and intentions are the exact opposite, right? Like your incentives here are aligned to kind of the opposite way. Like, whereas like the average celebrity comes in here, like you said, they don't give a fuck about crypto, obviously. They're coming in here to make as much money as they possibly can, right? And of course, whereas like,
go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, whereas your goal is to literally give away as much money as possible in this effort, right? So it's like, is there really anyone else who could do exactly what you're doing? Even just like how important the attention piece, you spoke to that earlier. You tweet fucking 24/7, and that's nothing new. You know, that's not anything new. You've always been like that. You've always behaved like that. But like, why is what you're doing different? Why are you different? Yeah, you want to just like expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously a lot of people trust me. I think that's the biggest reason that why what I'm doing is different. I have fucking 58% of the supply right now. People are not concerned that I'm going to be selling the supply. Like, people know I'm using it in the best ways for marketing the project. People know I want to give it back to people. People know I want to utilize it with other protocols. Like, they're aware that I am super bullish on crypto. I would never want to hurt the community of people that have put me where I am over the past 9 years. Like, I would never do that. So that's the biggest thing. But also, it's like a lot of people don't go all in with this shit. I'm all in with the shit. There's nobody that's going to be as all in as me on crypto. It's not possible. So there's nobody really that can compete with me in that way. And yeah, just the community that I've engaged with and formed over the past 9 years. Like, I've 1.1 million followers. All those 1.1 million followers I have on X because I've been consistently putting out information that has helped people in markets, been consistent with the things I'm putting out. Whenever I fuck up, people know I fuck up. I own my fuck ups. I don't claim to be like God or anything like that. I think people see that. And I think that allows people to trust me in a way that they don't trust other people. But it's like a lot of people do this shit as like side projects.
Can I say something real quick to that point? You doing more video content, even like your video replies on Twitter. I know I've been fucking
you've been drilling me on it, bro.
Super annoying the last week. Like, yo, do more of these, do 10 of these a day. Yeah. Obviously, this live show, we spark up, we're live for like 4 hours. I think it's so much easier to kind of see through the bullshit and see like where someone's heart is, where their intentions are when they're candid and talking live like this. Yeah. It adds a whole nother layer to it. And I think it really is like the final infinity stone for you, you know, like in regards to like why this actually makes sense for you and why you would be the only guy to do it to any sort of success. And like you said, like you're the only one who's going to stick around through like these crazy macro events that are, you know, sometimes they're good.
Shit,
yeah, sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're really fucking bad too, bro.
I'm here for the shit, bro. Yeah.
If Bitcoin goes to 10K tomorrow, you're still here.
I'm here.
Like, you're not going anywhere. So it's yeah, for more reasons than just one, I think it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, on that note, I mean, macro event, something that kind of has been like all over the timeline the past couple days. Robinhood chain. What do you think about that? You saw those tweets, obviously, Vlad.
Yeah, I think it's sick. I think it's good, actually. I think it's net positive for somebody as big as Vlad and a product as big as Robinhood to be bullish on crypto and be active on chain. They have done some things poorly in the past. I know last cycle they delisted Solana at the lows. And they also, like, people complain about them not allowing people to buy GME at a certain time in the market. So they fucked over their customers for sure sometimes. But I'm generally bullish on Robinhood chain. I think it's good for crypto. I think I'm excited if they're able to bring more companies on chain that aren't currently on chain. And I do think that they have huge distribution with their current centralized exchange. And hopefully they're more successful than Coinbase has been in getting all those people on chain. I will say I think it's CT native capital that drives a lot of the flows, early flows in crypto. So like it's not going to be whatever the 100 million retail customers that Robinhood had that drive stuff first. It's CT that drives stuff first. And we're the ones who determine which trends happen and how they happen because we're the ones with the most capital on chain. Like the other people have to move capital on chain typically. And we're the ones controlling those flows. But yeah, I am bullish on Robinhood chain. I think it's net positive for crypto for sure.
Can I just play devil's advocate and just ask? Because we've seen this before also too, like the new chain, the shiny new chain, like we've seen this a few different times in crypto. Do you think people actually care about Robinhood, or do you think they care about Vlad posting about crypto and memes and stuff?
For traders, I don't think they necessarily care about Robinhood. They care about an opportunity where there's not as much capital there that they can be early to. And I think that's like why the new chain thesis has always worked in crypto, like the bridging to other L1s, bridging to L2s. That's why it works, is because like you're early to being first there and there's capital that comes after you to bid these things. I think that's the main reason why. Obviously, Vlad being directly bullish on the chain is super important and big, but he's not going to be like tweeting directly about any specific coins or anything. I think he's just generally wants to drive volume and attention. And they're going to continue to highlight things that are doing well with volume and attention.
I mean, they've essentially won retail, right? It's a pretty fucking big.
Yeah, they crushed. Robinhood crushes with retail, bro.
It's a pretty big pro. It's interesting the Robinhood versus Coinbase thing, because one has kind of successfully rooted themselves and derives from like retail, like onboarding retail, and has done that to great success. And now they're kind of not pivoting, but like trying to appeal more to crypto and build out features and products for that crowd. Whereas like Coinbase is literally a crypto app. It's a crypto product, and it's kind of in reverse, you know? But it's weird because
they're both trying to be like everything apps, but kind of like you're right, like in reverse. Like Coinbase is now trying to do stocks and everything else, and Robinhood is now trying to do more crypto. I think a lot of these products that have distribution are going to be that way. Like we've seen Polymarket also working on perps. Like I think there's a lot of people try to verticalize the stack. I think that's going to continue to be a trend. If you have distribution, you're going to try to own as much of it as possible. Like there's no reason you would want your users to be going and trading crypto somewhere else or going and trading stocks somewhere else if you can enable it all in the same application. I think that's kind of like going to be a big thesis going forward in finance with retail.
why I asked you the question earlier about Vlad, and do you think people actually care about Robinhood or people care about Vlad posting about Robinhood, is I saw this take from Ash Robin. Ash Robin is, you know, one of the very few people who's making any sort of like attempt at video content in CT. And I thought this was a pretty fresh take, and I just want to go over it with you.
Let's talk about this Robinhood chain thing real quick, because I'm seeing everybody start to glaze Robinhood and how it's going to be the greatest chain of all time and how it's different this time than everything else. And so I've been thinking about this a little bit. And of course, every time that there is a new meme coin runner or a coin on a chain, everyone all of a sudden starts to talk about how it's the greatest thing ever. Now, I'm going to start by saying, I like when coins are going up. I like meme coins. I like shit coins and stuff. But one thing that I think is funny is mainly the market behavior, right? Do people really actually care about Robinhood? Or do they care about the fact that the CEO of Robinhood made a post? Because I'm going to just clue you in on something right now. The market doesn't give a shit who is behind anything really at all anymore. What do they care about? They care about posts. Okay.
Attention, bro.
Why did the B&B season in October, you know, last October go super crazy? Because CZ and his wife and the CEO and every single coin that launched was based off of a tweet. It was based off of a post. Okay. Why did Telegram go super crazy? Because the CEO made a post and then he stopped posting, and then guess what? Everything died down. Why did Asteroid go up to 200 mil? Because Elon made a post. Why is it down? Because Elon hasn't posted. What does every group chat say about Asteroid? Well, when Elon tweets, it's gonna go up. Like, you know, we're just waiting.
It's so true.
Even though
it's true. He's crushing this right now.
SpaceX store.
This Ash Robin.
And then same thing with this and like Ansem. Like, why is Ansem going up? Well, obviously Ansem is somebody who is like very well known. He's like the biggest crypto influencer in the fucking world as far as
the Mr. Beast of finance, some would say.
Let's go.
But why does the coin keep going up? Because all he's doing is he's sitting
all bro does is tweets, bro.
Oh, and guess what happened? TJR started tweeting. Oh, Brez Scales started tweeting. Everybody on the timeline started tweeting. And guess what? There hasn't been a single like 3-hour period.
You guys get the point, but fresh take, bro. It's so real, it's so valid, and is it that simple?
Attention is currency, bro. Attention is truly currency. Like, one of the reasons I'm doing airdrops to Ansem holders specifically, and people who are holding and people who are creating content on X, is because if I have an army of 100,000 people who are posting about this coin and aligning the community with this coin, that's more marketing than I can ever do on my own. I'm one person. I tweet a fucking lot, yeah. But like, if I have 100,000 people who also are tweeting as much as I'm tweeting and are aligned on the vision of giving back this much money, and we're going to give back more than $200 million in the next 6 months, just by being bullish on this coin, and we want it to go up, we know it's going to do well, and we want to be net positive for crypto. We want to use all these different protocols and be bullish on all these new things getting built on chain. That's it. That's exponential. That's multiplicative. And
somebody in chat said army of manlets. Army of manlets. Listen, we got the chat pulled up. We got the chat pulled up in the middle. Pick somebody, bro. Fuck it. Pick somebody. I'll write their name down. Chat. Let them know. Don't pick an address. Chat. Give them some. Banks is pushing 40. You're not getting fucking shit. How's that? How's that, dumbass?
Trenches unite. Whoever said trenches unite. I like trenches unite.
Trenches unite.
That was fucking fast as fuck. Y'all gonna have to stop the chat.
Because they're hearing us now. They're hearing us now. All right, we'll do the trenches unite, but pick. Dude, this is insane.
It's moving too quick, bro.
Dude, it's nuts.
Ansem is building the biggest community. Whoever said that, I fuck with him.
Okay,
Ansem is building the biggest
trenches unite.
Bro, we literally are going to be the biggest community on the internet.
And
I stamp, bro. Biggest.
We'll go back in the VOD and we'll find you each. You guys are each gonna get $1,000. We'll have some mod go and get you guys your Solana addresses. But no, this is lit. Watch and earn, baby. I fucking love what we're building here, bro. And as we automate this process more and more and add all these like cool gamified tools and like we've talked about bounties and stuff, like, oh, it's gonna be sick, bro. We have an opportunity to really build something brand new with this shit. And you know what's crazy? You know what's fucking good? Just between me and you, this is less for the audience and more for me and you. Bro, we talked about doing this before the Black Bull thing even happened. It's almost like divine. The timing of shit. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
It's so wild, bro. We talked about this watch and earn type thing and effort and like idea way before this was ever a thing. And it's all kind of falling into place. It's fucking sick, bro.
Kind of just happened, bro. Kind of just happened organically. I mean,
but the best things do.
planned.
The best things do.
No,
the best things always do. We knew that this was an important thing to build, and yeah. So I guess that pretty much. I mean, I think I already know what you're gonna say. I know I've heard you say you don't really have strong opinions on this, but who do you think wins, Robinhood or Coinbase?
Damn, that's fucking tough, bro.
Chat, who do you guys think wins?
Who wins in crypto?
Yeah,
wins like overall? Who wins? Which is big? Which company has a bigger market cap in like 5 years? Robinhood or Coinbase?
I guess both.
Oh, that's hard, bro. That's hard. Let me look at what the fuck Robinhood is at right now.
Chat's spamming Coinbase, which honestly you love to see it because I feel like it's very interesting. Coinbase gets shit on CT. I constantly see Coinbase FUD. I constantly people shitting on Jesse. And it's weird too, because again, it's a crypto native product and platform. So you'd expect like, I don't know. And then you see Robinhood come out the cut. Vlad posts like one pro crypto tweet, one pro meme tweet, and the Glaze Banks.
Yeah, I think it's because Coinbase has been in crypto forever. Obviously, they're the crypto native company. But I think the reason that some of the timeline doesn't fuck with Coinbase as much is because they're not as close to the culture as they should be with crypto. And I think people see them as too corporate. And if you're not supportive of like what people actually want to do on chain in crypto, then like the people aren't going to fuck with you in that way. And that's why when Vlad was like, I'm not only bullish RWAs, I'm bullish on memes too, everybody was like, yo, this dude's the fucking GOAT. It's because that's what people were trading. And I think meme coins are part of like the culture in crypto. It's something that's never really going to go away. But if you're not supportive of everything that's happening on your chain, and you kind of just like pick and choose what you want to direct attention to, then it's kind of slippery. It's tricky. It's slippery. Like you gotta be in the weeds. I think you do gotta be in the weeds. I'd say the Robinhood probably has like a slight advantage right now. I know they're already larger market cap. But
I'll be honest with you. I think as of now, Robinhood is clear far and away like the winner or winning the race. If I were to be honest, and again, this is just totally from my retardio fucking normie POV. We talked to fucking Sal before this, who uses both of the apps a lot. I don't use either app a ton. Coinbase a little bit here and there, Robinhood a little bit here and there. But Sal regularly uses both, and he said that he likes Robinhood's product better. So if you just like, I mean, historically, it's always been a pretty fucking wise way to invest your money. You invest in good products first and foremost, right? Like good products eventually will win out, typically. But they also just have that fucking crazy distribution. They have retail fully onboarded and like have made it so easy for these people to trade, stocks and traditional assets. Yeah. They're talking about trading real world assets, trading crypto. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I feel like they're ahead currently now. I feel like Coinbase needs to make a couple moves. Someone said Coinbase is the lesser of two evil. I'm not sure that necessarily either are evil. They're financial institutions, financial apps, and
Robinhood did the evil shit last cycle, bro. They did some evil. Delisting Solana at the bottom. This shit was $16.
That was sick. I have some old tweets.
$16, bro. 16. It went to $297. It was $16 at the stone bottom.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Stone bottom. They delisted. It was fucked.
Bro. They also delisted GameStop at the top. Right?
Yeah, they allow people
insane
to
buy.
Yeah, that's the more fucked up one, I think. That is the more fucked up one. Because people said that like the retail buying pressure or whatever was kind of like cut off because you couldn't buy on Robinhood, and that's where a lot of the volume was happening.
It was fucking up institutional money, and the only people that get hurt in that scenario is retail. It's the average guy. It's the guy who's trying to come up quick on some fucking meme coin shit, some GameStop shit. And it's ironic too, because the title of the app's name is Robinhood. I had a tweet about this when it was all going down, and it was like,
fucked up.
But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. We'll see where it goes. I think there's a place in the market for both. Just to be clear, by the way. What else happened this week? Michael Saylor sold more Bitcoin, and the market really didn't give a fuck, which I think is great news. I think it's
good, bro.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I talked about it a little bit. I think it was 2 episodes ago. I gave my thesis that I think people are pricing in Saylor selling right now. I think they're kind of been overreacting to it and more fear than what the current situation is. Like people think he's going to sell 40 billion in Bitcoin. He's not going to sell 40 billion in Bitcoin. That's just not going to happen right now. And so they passed some, like they did some forget what the fuck the shit passed that they called. But they passed something that essentially said they have the ability to sell up to 1.25 B in Bitcoin if very necessary to like supply their cash reserve. They said how much cash reserve they currently have. I believe they have 25 months of runway on their payment for their preferreds, which is good. And then like immediately after that announcement, they sold 225 million worth of Bitcoin at 60K. So literally drilling into the bottom, they were selling Bitcoin and we went up and we're like at 63K right now. I think we honestly priced in the worst case scenario before it actually happened. And what we're going to continue to see is that overhang of Saylor matter less and less. It's going to be a lot cleaner. I think if Bitcoin trades back above 66K, I think it's a really key level. But yeah, I think the concerns around Saylor, we already kind of priced it in. That's my thoughts on it. Like you saw when Saylor announced he was going to be selling and they sold like a very small amount of Bitcoin, like not a lot. We went down straight line from fucking like 80K to 60K. And then we actually sold 200 million worth of Bitcoin at 60K. We went up. So I think that's kind of pretty clear on how it got priced in.
Yeah. Michael Saylor, man. I mean, it's great news. It's great news. Massive sell-off. The shit got eaten up immediately. It's a good thing.
Very good. Very good for sure. And it's good timing too, because stocks have been like not performing as well. So we had like the Memory, Micron, like SanDisk, they've been nonstop ripping all year. Like everybody's like, why the fuck would I be holding anything else but Memory and semis? Like, why the fuck would I buy crypto? And they sold off a little bit the past few weeks and have kind of been consolidating. And I think if you see crypto relative strength continue with Bitcoin, Solana, Hyperliquid, even Lighter doing well, which Lighter's been doing well. I think their partnership actually with Robinhood is pretty under discussed on the timeline so far.
It's kind of crazy.
Hasn't been talked about a lot, but I think if you see some crypto
there's like some Marvel versus Capcom shit going on. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. It's Hyperliquid versus Lighter. Like it's like
Vlad versus Jeff.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Vlad versus Jeff versus Brian. But yeah, I think if crypto assets continue to like show relative strength, we could see a lot of momentum pretty quickly for sure. For sure.
You said here, Lighter partnership seems massive.
Yeah, like that's huge, bro. I think Lighter is like 1/40th of the FDV of Hyperliquid right now or something like that. They're obviously are not as successful, don't make as much money. But I think
that's a good trade though?
Lighter? Yeah, I do think Lighter's a good trade. I think Lighter's a good trade.
I think so as well.
Yeah, especially because of how small it is. It's pretty small.
Why do you think Robinhood partnered with them?
The guy Vlad, the founder of Lighter, actually has some pretty good connections, I think, to the Robinhood CEOs. Like they've known each other, and he also worked in TradFi. Damn, let me not fuck this up. Where did he work at in TradFi? He worked at one of the big TradFi.
Chat, help us out, maybe
before doing crypto. Yeah, chat. Where did Vlad from Lighter work at before?
Dude, this chat shit is lit, by the way.
So fire.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Damn, I'll look it up. But yeah, I know he worked somewhere before. Citadel? Yeah, he worked at Citadel. Yeah. So yeah,
it's a shame. If somebody in chat said it, you were getting $1,000. You fucking slept on it though.
I know.
Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up, chat. Wake the fuck up,
bro. Chat's not locked in.
Lock the fuck in.
Chat's not locked in. But yeah. I think it's a good spot. I think it's one of the less talked about spots, to be honest.
On the note of chat locking in, maybe this is a good time to just do this because we have Luca coming on in 19 minutes. Have you seen this trailer? Obviously, you know who AI Bald King is. He does a fucking ton of shit with
him, bro.
Ansem. He's so good, bro. He's so fucking good. Yeah. Have you seen this? Have you seen this trailer yet?
Yeah.
Dude, this is so good. We have to watch it.
It's really good.
It's a little commercial, a little Rick and Morty vibe. Polymarket, MarketBubble. It's so good. They made you, by the way, like a fucking 6 or 7 inches taller than me. I'm like, bro's an inch taller than me, man.
MarketBubble. Black Bull.
Black Bull.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. Market bubble. We in the game.
My favorite part's the end of it.
Bubble.
So good. The banner?
That's hard. Yeah,
So
that's hard.
sick, bro. What?
That's crazy.
Look at the banner. Come on now.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Bald King, you fucking absolutely killed it. Chat, listen, we're gonna run a little mini competition. 5 commercials between now and next episode. We'll watch probably the best one on stream. We'll give $1,000 each to each person. So all you gotta do is just tweet it at MarketBubble. Tweet it at MarketBubble. That's it. So a week, you have a week. We're gonna pick 5 winners. They'll all win $1,000 each. Again, this is this community building effort. Bald King, you are really kind of starting to stand out as one of the leaders of this community. You're doing great. Sick assets around what Z's doing. Sick assets around the show, and we fucking love it. We love to see it. I have to piss, so maybe let me tee you up on some sauce. What do we want to talk about?
Talk about Soul.
Yeah, I think we have a nice. Yeah, let's talk about Solana. Fuck it. Solana's going to $80,000.
80 trillion gazillion jillion market cap.
Where is this shit? Right here I got. Do you think Solana's going to win the AI race? Who's most poised from on-chain perspective? So that's what we all expect, right? For this next cycle, I guess, is the big winners are probably going to be in some way, shape, or form related to AI, the emergence of AI, that tech. Solana's the fastest, cheapest. You know, you're the Solana guy. How do you feel? Talk to us about Solana.
Yeah, I think Solana is going to continue to do really well this cycle. Obviously, last cycle, a lot of the on-chain activity was driven by memes and Pump.fun, and a lot of the terminals were a lot of the main applications on Sol, which is fine. But they were really far behind on perps. So right now they're catching on perps with products like bulk trade, products like Phoenix trade. Those are going to be extremely important for Solana, and I think they've made a lot of infrastructure developments natively on the blockchain that's going to allow those things to be a lot easier to build. And so my kind of thesis for Solana this cycle is that you're not only going to have breakout applications with memes and consumer, but you're also going to have breakout applications in perps and finance, and breakout applications in artificial intelligence, and other kinds of consumer applications like collector crypt. And I think that specifically for AI, it makes a ton of sense that Solana is the L1 that gets the most interest there. One, because it's the cheapest, most performant, but also I think they get a lot of important developer interest, and they do a good job of bringing in people external to crypto in that way. And I think that right now, the open source AI community is going to continue to grow faster and faster and get bigger and bigger. And right now you have these large labs which dominate, are $1 trillion plus in privates, right? But I think the design space for open source AI and building products and protocols in that area is going to be where you kind of see the smaller startups do well. And we had Mert on a few weeks ago, and he essentially said that Solana wants to be the home for entrepreneurs to come and thrive and do well. And I think that they're going to continue to build a chain that enables that for people. And so I'm super bullish on that. I think it's kind of underlooked right now, the tech plays and the infra plays on Sol. So I think that's actually one of the interesting spots that is going to be good this cycle for sure.
Everything you said, I fully agree with. I got up and took a piss. That's why he's laughing. But yeah, AI, Solana, I think that could segue easy into, obviously we have Luca Netz coming on, and we'll open up his tweet and kind of talk about all the airdrop stuff. And honestly, I can't wait to fucking have this conversation with you and him, and just attention, how important it's been historically for crypto, how you guys have kind of become outliers in this market because of how much time and energy you have spent on accumulating attention. But our second guest of the day is actually not a human being. It's our first not human guest, our first artificial guest. And we're going to be talking back and forth with GPT live for an hour and a half. And honestly, I'm really fucking excited about this. Did you see the trailer, the announcement? Because I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
Let's watch it together, all together as a chat. Chat, this is important. OpenAI, tweet from OpenAI. This is fucking nuts. I've seen Frank D. God's tweet nonstop on some Ansem shit about GPT live, and he's been glued to it for the last 24 hours.
I have been seeing those tweets.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
I'm making a sweater for my grandson, but I don't want the needles to be too big. What do you think?
First of all, you know what's funny about this? What do I always say when we're talking about AI and the future of AI and how these products, whatever? Like Apple, for example. I'm bullish on Apple because they have the distribution. Siri AI, if they pin it in your messages, it's like, well, the example, Z, how many times have you heard me say, like, your grandma doesn't give a fuck or can't tell the difference between Anthropic and GPT?
All the time.
All she gives a fuck about is how to bake banana bread, make me a fucking birthday card for my fucking grandson, whatever. Like, I always use this example, and this is basically the woman I envision in my brain is, I don't know, just interesting opening scene of this fucking trailer.
If you go up, it's gonna get kind of baggy.
Although baggy is very popular now,
It
don't
sure
you think?
is.
I know, right? I'm ready. Today, we are announcing the all-new ChatGPT voice, powered by GPT Live 1, a full duplex conversational partner that is the most powerful
Bro, this
voice
is the
model
future,
ever
brother.
It literally is the future. Literally.
This is
Sure
fucking
can.
hype.
Can you explain what a full duplex voice model is?
Yeah, imagine a normal call with a friend. You can listen and talk at the same time. That's full duplex.
Bro, this
We
is
are
so
now
good.
pushing voice technology closer to how real people talk to each other, where it can follow interruptions, pauses, corrections, and the natural flow of thinking things out loud. Let me
We're gonna
pass it
find
to
out today,
Constance
live.
to tell you more.
I'm planning a trip to Santorini. I want to spend
Old
a month
people
over
was
there.
so smart for this, by the way.
Yeah, very good.
Bro, this should have
Okay, you
600
can
million
take a
views.
break now. Bye.
Damn.
Okay, I'm here if you need me.
I know. Natural conversation is nice, but I'm more interested in whether it can think. ChatGPT voice can reason through harder problems and search the web for up-to-date information. Here, let me show you. Okay, I'm giving a lecture in
Bro in
30
chat
minutes
said,
on
Granny
the history
looking
of
good here. You're a
sound.
sick fuck.
You're sick as
Okay, can you
fuck,
fact
bro.
check my dates?
Gilf?
Scott
Dude, you're
DeMartindale's
sick.
phone autograph in 1857, Edison's tinfoil phonograph in 1865, and Berlinger's gramophone in
Hey, yo, somebody in chat said Banks in 2 years. Ban that motherfucker right now. Find him. Find him. Scroll up. Banned for life. You're not getting shit. You're getting no airdrops. You're not watching the show ever again. Nah, I'm just kidding. Find him and give him $1,000. Fuck it. It was a funny joke. Give it to him. Give him the airdrop. Fuck it. Don't ban him. Unless you already have, then in that case, fuck him.
1887.
I'll check those right
Okay,
now.
and while you're looking, can you find out if there are any
Yeah.
delays in the 16th Street BART station?
Sure.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then I need to know if it's
Yeah.
going to rain this afternoon. Stanley?
I think we get the point, right? Old people can use it. Smart. Good campaign. This shit should have fucking 600 million views on it, bruh. This is the future.
That shit's crazy.
It's insane.
That shit is crazy.
And yeah, Frank has been fucking spam posting about this. And honestly, like, he's the only guy I really see like super hyped on this.
Yeah, Frank's actually been on like with a lot of the AI stuff.
Yes,
actually,
bro.
like Frank's been super early on a lot of the new AI stuff, pretty consistently now for like a year, I think.
He's the GOAT. I called him because I'm like, yo, we're doing this interview. What do you think? Asked him for some questions, maybe whatever. We had like a 30-minute conversation, and he was like, bro, the last time I felt like this about anything in AI was Opus 4.5. And when Opus 4.5 dropped, he made his rounds and did the fucking, called everybody and was like, yo, you need to get on this. You need to spend time. That's when he onboarded me. That's when he got me set up with fucking Claude bot, all this shit. Yeah, he said this is fucking extremely bullish on low latency compute, whatever the fuck that means. I mean, maybe it's just AI psychosis. GPT live marked the bottom.
Oh, he's talking about stocks, I think.
Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, bro. Production says it's all set up. We're going to be able to have a fluid conversation with this thing. From what I understand, this will be the first like live stream, live show, live conversation with GPT live. So regardless, history is being made today on this episode. It's honestly a beautiful accident having had to cancel Tate last minute. But
yeah, no, it should be cool. It should be cool.
bro, what are the implications of this? AI psychosis, like this is fucking, bro.
Yeah, I think like you're gonna see people use AI for a lot more of their day-to-day dialogue, and I'm not sure it's necessarily good for like the quality of conversation between people, to be honest. But I think people are gonna be a lot more the people who are able to still like generate their own original thoughts are just going to be so much more organized, and just do research so much more efficiently and effectively by using these tools on a day-to-day basis. But the people who like whenever they have some emotional issue just like ask AI how I should respond to that, I think that's going to get really tricky for people. I think that's kind of like the line you don't want to cross. For me, it's like in your interpersonal relationships, you don't want to be using AI to kind of dictate how you should respond, but in like work and in professional stuff, when you're doing research for like stocks or research for your job or like coding, things like that, I think it makes a lot more sense to use AI in that way. But I think the AI psychosis comes from when people are using it for everything and they're not like thinking on their own. They're like, oh, well, AI told me this, so this must be correct. Like, people who have, who go to therapy a lot and they spend like a fuck ton of time in therapy, and they go to therapy so much that they don't really like respond to people in their own way.
Yeah.
Like they just like take by face value whatever the therapist said is correct. Like, oh, this person did this to me, and my therapist told me that they were like doing X, Y, and Z to me, and now like this person's terrible. And they don't really take into account like how they can.
This is a sick take because it's in line with if you don't use it, you lose it. And there are obviously more like objective, scientific, mathematical examples of this. Like I'll give you like if you stop working out, for example, if you stop lifting weights every day, you get weaker. Muscle deteriorates. You stop. Your muscle goes away.
Yeah.
If you like take painkillers every day, your brain and your body stops producing that shit naturally that it uses to deal with pain. And then you become addicted, physically dependent on these painkillers. And it's kind of like psychologically, porn is obviously another huge thing. Like porn is like this fucking like pandemic that so many people are like super against. And it's been proven to like be super, super catastrophic and damaging in terms of people's relationship with sex. I don't know. Like, I don't know how this could ever do anything like positive for the grand. Again, if you're smart, you can navigate anything. You can deal with anything, right? Like you said, the smarter people, the more sharp people, the people who use this for what it should be, apply it to their lives, they become more organized, more structured, more successful as a result. Yeah. But like the average person's fucking retarded and might just fall into this loop where like you said, their only fucking friend in the world is AI. They're in a fucking Call of Duty lobby with 5 other robots. They have no friends. And it's like, I don't know, it's fucking Black Mirror, brother. We say it every episode.
It is, bro. It's only gonna get scarier, to be honest. But I mean, it's good though. Like the stuff as it gets more advanced, it's gonna be able to solve so many more things. Like
it's great for us. I mean, you can go check the VOD. We've been talking about an AI co-host since episode 1. Like we want a tool like this. We want to be able to in real time, be able to like, I don't know. We're gonna see it right now with GPT live, but like to be able to in real time ask what the price of Solana is, what the weather is outside. Who did you say earlier? Vlad. Where did Vlad or Lighter? Where did he work before? You were trying to like cite some information.
Yeah, worked that before.
Yeah, to have like GPT or fucking Claude in real time.
I'm gonna ask him about Pang, bro. I'm gonna ask him about this stock.
Anything. We're gonna just go live, spark live with this fucking thing and see where it goes. On that note, Claude versus GPT. I asked you this a couple days ago before this GPT live shit even went live. Mm-hmm. Why does it feel like Anthropic's losing aura?
Yeah, bro. You remember that guy I told you, Roy, like that Twitter account?
Yes.
Bro, I actually have like he is a really good take on Anthropic versus the other models.
Bring up the tweet.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Was it this? Is it this? Okay, here we go. So short version. Anthropic essentially is kind of limited on compute in the way that like ChatGPT is not, because of how they invested early on. And because of this, they've kind of had to make changes and restrictions on how people interact with their models. And what people have been saying recently with Claude is like, you are not able to do as much as you could do before. And the product is kind of deteriorating for like heavy use workloads. Whereas with ChatGPT on like the API side of ChatGPT, and with Codex, you've been able to do a lot more efficiently. And essentially he said that like Anthropic is really, really, really good at marketing their product. but that they're actually not as good on the surface, like underneath the surface, as ChatGPT and some of the other ones are. And this post kind of talks about the different parts of the stack with LLMs, like the harness, like the software calls the model API from the provider. So this is what you actually install and use. So like Claude Code, Codex, Droid, Pi, OpenCode, all these different things. He's used all of these things. And if you read this guy's tweets, he's obviously like very well educated on using these products. So it's been cool to like follow him and learn from this guy. But this is like how efficient you are at actually using the underlying model. And then the model, he's like, this is the actual LLM, like how the weights are trained and all these different things. And then the serving and inference, the computer and infrastructure network that the model runs on, and is being served remotely to the users. And here's what he says, like his comment on Anthropic. He was like, they didn't buy nearly enough compute the last few years. And so you see them trying to solve this problem in real time. Like you can see it with the partnership with XAI. They had to use a lot of XAI's spare compute because they didn't have enough. And that was like in turn for an investment in them.
I love when this happens. I love when like there's a whole bunch of technical reasons why something is the case. And I just like, I don't know. I just felt like this, you know, I wonder why, because I'm sure as fuck not doing this, by the way, chat. I'm not like diving into compute and they're boring compute from fucking Twitter. That's what Ansem's job is on the show. I'm just like, I just feel like that. I feel ChatGPT inching. And then obviously with this like GPT live shit, I mean, this is like, for me again, and for what I feel like, damn, look at Luca in the waiting room. Handsome motherfucker. Speaking of aura.
Hello,
Chat, we have Luca Netz in the waiting room of Pudgy Penguins. We want you guys to give him a warm welcome and let us know what you guys are thinking about the show so far. I think it's fucking great. We're cruising. We have this chat aggregator in the middle. Obviously, you guys can see W Luca. Let's get some W Lucas. And production, bring him in whenever you guys want. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's rip it.
Hey.
What's up? Can you see us?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you see me?
Let's
Yes.
go.
What up, you handsome son of a bitch? Let's go.
We're back in the 6'5" plus club on the show, bro.
Oh yeah, that is what it is.
Am I the shortest person here?
Yeah, you are.
At 6'5", and I'm the brokest. That's crazy. Bro, that's fucking crazy. Wow. Only here, man. Only here. Listen, chat, this is where you want to be, though. This is where you want to be. Holy fuck. Yeah, so Luca, we've spoken enough for you. I'm sure most of the chat knows exactly who you are, where you come from, but do you want to just introduce yourself to the chat?
Yeah, I'm Luca Netz. I'm the CEO of Pudgy Penguins, and in the spirit of the MarketBubble podcast, I've been hustling and making money since an 18-year-old. So I'm excited about all things that.
And me and you have a little bit of lore. We met actually at the Cloud House in 2017, and in 2017, I think CryptoPunks came out in 2017. So neither of us were anywhere near NFTs. It's funny because I met Zapdio around the same year too, maybe a year after that, and he was pitching me on this like crypto kicks vision. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of my living room. I was like the biggest vlogger in the world at the time. Missed out on probably, generational wealth there. But you were working. What were you doing during that time? Why would we have been in the same room during that time?
I was monetizing social influence. So my whole business was just like going to influencers who weren't making that much money and just trying to monetize their brands through e-commerce. And so my whole thing was just, you have millions of followers, you should have millions of dollars. And banks, this, a lot of those guys at the time didn't have any money. And so I was kind of like the monetization solution.
You have followers, you have attention. Here's how to make money. And I think that's the one thing all three of us have in common here. And obviously there's massive overlap and like roots back into crypto for all three of us, some more than others. But I think the one thing that we all have had to offer and where a lot of our value comes from individually is that attention piece. And that is kind of proving to be more and more important every day. And we preach a lot here on the show that, in the next 5 to 10 years, you're a young guy, especially you don't have things figured out. Focus on making as much money as you possibly can. Command as much attention as you can, or understand attention, and leverage AI. And these are the things that we feel like are most likely going to keep their value and likely increase in value over the next 5-10 years. Maybe speak to that a little bit. Attention, because you are an outlier. I think you and Z are definitely serious outliers, and a lot of your guys' success derives from your guys' ability to attention farm.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I just saw the bottom of this thing. It says CEO Pudgy Penguin 66. You're fucking hilarious. That's way too funny. I think there's like a couple points. One, just the Zaptio story. Actually, funny on that. I mean, dude, I remember seeing him doing that for the first, year, and I was like, how is this kid going to make any money? Ironically enough, he made a lot of money.
Yeah, news to the chat who doesn't know about the story. Zaptio sold Artifact to Nike for 9 figures.
Yeah.
And he pitched us both very early on this product. It's insane.
And it just looked like a money loser.
Facts.
And he was the first to it. I think like it all comes down to attention. And Banks, I've always respected this about you. Like people for a long, and I've always taken this stance, which is like, if you can, people build great products, sure, but like if you can't put eyeballs on it, like what is a great product? And I think there's been a lot of stories of that. You did mention something though that I think would be useful for the chat, which you mentioned age. And I love speaking to the younger generation. And in this case, I think a lot of people watching are in the younger generation. But understand that like your age and being young is such a superpower. And it's such a superpower in the sense that as time goes on, you become less risk adverse. Meaning as you get older, you might find a girlfriend, you might get her pregnant, a family member might get sick. And so your tolerance to take risk is exponentially smaller. And as you are younger, right? Like my story and my claim to fame is that I tested out of school when I was 15. So when people look at my success at my age, they're like, dude, you're so successful. I'm like, yeah, but I've been doing this for 13 years. I'm 28 now. Like my whole life has been doing this. And so if you look at it from that time horizon, I think most people would be dedicating their life to making money for, 13 years would reach some relative success. And so as you kind of get older, your risk tolerance gets lower. And so when you've got a show like this and you're speaking to that younger generation, it's such a special opportunity because I think the people listening don't really understand like how important it is for them to take the information here and take risks, lose it all. I can't tell you how many times I've lost it all, right? Put it all on the line because you can suffer the consequences of that. But when you have a kid or if a family member is sick or there's bills and there's rent to be paid. I mean, if you're not paying rent, you're in such an amazing situation and not paying for food. It's
sure.
like now's the time that you can actually take risks and lose it all and keep running it back until you find something. That'd be my advice to it. And then
Amazing
obviously,
advice.
I'm of the stance to just like learn how to get eyeballs, right? No matter what.
I mean, just to piggyback that, we talk about this a lot on the show. And I don't know, I personally think it's never been a better time in human history to be like a broke young person with an internet connection and like all the time in the world.
By far.
I think that
by far. You can do anything, bro, with infinite time right now.
Build anything. It's like you're almost in a way better spot than somebody who's like tied to their rent and has to make payment, who's forced to work their 9 to 5 because they have overhead, they have families, etc. That's why what Luca's preaching about is you have nothing to lose, like to be a person with nothing to lose in 2026 is a really good spot to be in. Go and just fucking sit on Claude all day, sit on GPT live all day, go build shit, go tinker around, go learn how to leverage AI, watch shows like this, learn about attention, learn about markets. It's amazing. Why we felt it would be appropriate to bring you on specifically now. Obviously, you made this tweet and you're like the fucking king airdrop guy. What you did with Pudgy Penguins, we'll get into it, but you tweeted kind of in the midst of this like Ansem hysteria, Ansem mania. You tweeted something along the lines, I have it here. What Ansem is doing with his token probably reinvents how airdrops are done forever. In hindsight, it was obvious, but the idea you have an evergreen reoccurring airdrop is actually the way to do it and the highest EV way to distribute tokens. And obviously there was a couple more follow-up tweets and Z chimed in, but I've been echoing this narrative of like the Mr. Beast of finance because I think it's very, very strong. And I think it's a really, really like, I don't know. I don't think anyone's like considering the possibility of Ansem kind of stepping into that role. And I just see it very clearly now. Like there's a very clear path toward that. And what does that look like in a market like this? I don't know. You want to talk about your airdrop? Why Ansem's doing what he's doing? Why you think it's the right thing to do? You guys want to just kind of go back and forth on that shit?
Well, dude, I'm gonna tell you, Z, you're fucking doing something over there, man. And it's honestly nice to see. It's honestly nice to see because, like, you know what comes with that, and I think you're doing that for the people, by the people, which I respect. Right? I respect that deeply, and it seems like you're really trying to put the space on your back. And, for those of you guys who don't know, Z's had some motion for a long time. Probably one of the only few guys left that has serious motion in terms of, when you actually tweet about something. At least I can speak for myself. I listen because I've just seen you be right so many times. But I mean, this was obvious. And it kind of pains me because I'm $1.6 billion in free monies that we kind of gave out. And in hindsight, this was the better strategy. This
wait, you said what's the number?
Yeah, when we airdropped Pengu, was 50% of the supply, and it launched and basically held $3 billion until Liberation Day. So it was about $1.5 billion airdrop that we gave people.
Yeah. See this absolute legend. You're the fucking goat, and this is why people hold Pudgy Penguins in high regard, and you as a founder high regard. But bro, what? Why do more people not know about that? And this whole, Mr. Beast again has created this entire brand platform career for himself by giving away effectively $200 million, give or take, over the course of his entire, decade plus career. You guys essentially did that in a week, 1.6 billion in a week. And there aren't enough people who know about that.
Yeah, legendary.
Yeah, Z, some people will fight it. They'll be like, you don't know how liquidity works. You didn't actually do that. But we were trading billions of dollars in volume a day. So I actually do know how that works. That would it'd be different if we didn't, but that was a real $1.5 billion. And it's funny you bring this up, Banks, because there is a fundamental flaw in how it's structured and executed. And I think, Z, you're fixing this. It's the first experiment. So I'm rooting for you. I'm supporting you. I'm a big Ansem holder because I'm just like, dude, this one working out is going to be super interesting. But logically, it should work out if you run the logical thought process, because if you think about it, the market can absorb the distribution, right? I learned this with Pengu, and with what you're doing, it actually can be a freight train that you can compound exponentially longer. And Banks, to this point, why don't more people know? Because I think crypto is so jaded and the culture here is so weird. In the real world, you'd walk around like the president, you walk around Los Angeles like the absolute man, Ansem. But here it's you give it and then they forget about it, and then they'll laugh at you 2 months later if you make a mistake. So it's just a very strange culture. There's both a blessing and a curse that comes with that. But in hindsight, again, as somebody who's $1.5 billion, $6 billion into distributing tokens to holders, if I would have thought about it more deeply, which I thought I did, Ansem's strategy is the right strategy. How can how do you do it daily? How can you point people in the right direction? It's just way more EV, because the problem with the one-time event is the idea that they come in and then they leave you, right? Almost I want to say, it sounds pretty grotesque if I said what I wanted to say, but kind of like a used cloth, you know what I mean? You just
a jerk off rag. Is that what you want to say? You can say whatever the fuck you want on this show, brother.
Yeah, something along those lines. It's you're here today and gone tomorrow, right? But in this case, Z can carry the attention. And what I learned is there's no greater distribution of attention. Mr. Beast, and I love the whole Mr. Beast of crypto and finance. I think that's genius. Banks, these monikers, you come up with these things. It's your natural born talent, frankly. One of them, at least. But this idea that you can keep it going is so much of a better strategy, simply because of the attention. And so, I learned this with Pengu. People forget, but when we did that whole sprint for those last couple of weeks, I was clocking 10, 20 million views of video on X. There wasn't a post that we would make that wasn't getting millions of views. Right. And so it was insane. And so people thought I was crazy doing a distribution like that. So Z, who's familiar with crypto, would know that anybody and their mom, when I said I was distributing 50% of the coin, they were like, you're an idiot, dude. That thing is going down only day one. The bet that I made on the other side of it was the attention and the viewership and the hype that distribution created would outweigh the sell pressure. And it did.
And as we know about attention and content and media and stuff, if I know anything over the ever-changing metas and the 15 years of experience that I have in it, consistency is everything. Longevity, consistency, every single day, maintaining that attention. And I think the slow drip method that Z's kind of almost accidentally fell into with this, it's like, I don't know, man. It should work. It should fucking work. I mean, just in real time trading money for attention. And using that attention as leverage to get, more people involved in it and more eyeballs onto it. I don't know. It's brand fucking new. And I think it's in everybody's best interest. That's why, I don't know. I think that's why we've seen the overwhelming positive sentiment around it, is because it's just in everybody's best interest, whether you hold the shit or not. Like if you have anything to do with crypto, it's kind of like Bitcoin going up is good.
Look, I'm in a group chat with a bunch of really big founders in crypto, and Z, you probably don't know this. So I'll tell it to you live on the show. But I've got a proliferation fund. I've got allocations that I can still distribute that I always planned I would do some further distribution. Like, I'm watching your success as the data point to be like, this is how I distribute more tokens in the future. Right. I know other guys, me, I've always championed this behind the scenes. Like, I'm in chats with other founders being like, dude, when this thing runs to gajillions, right? Not financial advice. But if he sends this thing, this is evident that this is the way to do it, and it
changes everything, bro.
It does.
That's why
I'm super bullish on it. I mean, I think I've never had. So for me, I trade all these narratives in crypto, right? I trade on-chain coins, I trade memes, I trade L1s, and I'm able to identify like when momentum is shifting and when attention is like getting pointed in some direction. But that's just as a trader. Like, I'm able to identify when these things are happening and make money on them as a trader. But all the coins I talk about, like all these like low caps and mid caps on chain, I never have the supply. Like, I never have any of the supply. And I never know who has it. I never know who the anonymous people who bought it at 0 market cap, 10K market cap. And I never know like what's going to happen when I talk about it. A lot of the time when I talk about it, the people who are in super low, they're selling because like, oh, they're using this attention as a way to exit. But I'm like, why don't you flip it? I have all of the supply, and you have as 100K plus holders of people that want more of the supply. So, okay, what should I direct them to do so that they can get access to more of the supply? Well, it's like I can direct them to essentially anything. And if I can make it net positive for crypto, like if I want them to use these protocols, I want them to help me with marketing. I want them to do IRL stuff with teaching people. I want them to do educational stuff. Like the guy Spicer, he does educational videos on X and on TikTok. If I can get people to learn more about how to trade well and how to manage their portfolio well and how to manage their risk, and that's all connected to this one coin, it's not just me doing the marketing. Now I have 100K people doing the marketing, and it's not just me directing all of this. It's like a constant, steady flow of these things. Because if I have a lot of the supply, I can drip this out as long as I want to drip this out. And it's like, especially if you highlight like a smaller portion of the people who are doing really great things and excelling, then it's also like you don't have to
give people a chance to climb the ranks.
Large percent of the supply at the one time, because you can like highlight individuals or highlight groups of people. So that's how I've been thinking about it. I think it does make sense. I'm kind of doing it from first principles. I've never done it before. I'm not copying anybody's playbook. Like, there's nobody. So yeah, it's interesting.
Well, Ansem, I'll give you some alpha. You want to know one thing that you can kind of throw into this equation?
Yeah.
It's like, we'll use Bullpen as an example, and I don't mean, I don't know if Bullpen has any plans to do a token, but just use it as the example because it's easy and it's on the back of your screen.
Yep.
But like, you direct Ansem holders to use Bullpen, you airdrop them, and then in exchange, right, Bullpen then airdrops those users that came in from Ansem. And so you could do that with a new trading terminal, right? The next Photon, right?
Yep.
Hey, point people, Ansem community, go use Photon. You know, I'm going to reward the people that go and perform this action. You have a deal with Photon being like, I'm going to bring users to your platform, take care of them when it's time for you to TGE. And then you create this like reciprocal flywheel. It was actually one of my regrets because we did Pengu at such a big sprint. I had done a couple deals like this, but I hadn't realized how many deals I could have done like this, where I was like, I airdropped a ton of other people's communities. And what I didn't do is set a clear expectation that I expect another airdrop for my community by me doing this. We'd done a deal like that, but I felt like I could have done like 10 if I had more time.
I think it could be so insane to like.
I have thought about this like really, really heavily. And the reason I'm thinking about this more, I don't know if I can share how do I share my screen with just me and.
I got you.
Yeah, but I think about this a lot. So like the reason I've been thinking about this is because right now I launched this coin on Pump.fun, right? So Pump.fun, I have a profile on Pump.fun, I have a wallet on Pump.fun. The way the Pump.fun works, anybody can launch a coin with a picture and a word, as you know. But the people who launch these coins, there's a protocol fee and then there's a creator fee. So for people who launch the coins, they get a portion of the trading volume as a fee when it launches, when it bonds. And you can direct this creator fee to somebody's wallet. So if you see my wallet right here, I've made 1.37 million in the past 2 weeks just off the creator fees from people wanting to send coins to my wallet. I want to direct the creator fees to my wallet. So there's like a flywheel going on that everybody wants my attention, wants me to talk about their coins. So they send me some portion of the supply and they direct the fees to my wallet of their coins. And I'm like, well, I have all of these rewards that I'm getting. I can direct this back to the Ansem token and I'll direct back to the holders. But it's also like, for whatever protocols want my attention or want to market towards me, instead of marketing just towards me, they can market towards these Ansem holders. And I have a large portion of the supply that can incentivize people to use their protocol. And then, as you said, like they can airdrop to Ansem holders as well. So I want that to be the like core use case. Like one of the core use cases is if I have one of the most active communities in crypto and they're using all these different protocols and everybody wants this group of people's attention and they're actively spending money on chain, doing all these things, I can use that as a lever just like so much more than if it's just me as an individual tweeting about stuff.
Someone in the chat said infinite motion glitch.
Infinite motion. We're trying,
Infinite
bro.
motion
We're
glitch.
trying.
And listen, you guys are going back and forth heavily on like this being an opportunity to really revolutionize kind of the way things work in crypto specifically. My eyes are lighting up and I'm getting all excited about like, I don't know, automating this process, building out tools, like developing this almost like ranking system, this hierarchy of people who are engaged, whether it's measuring how long people are watching these streams, how much people are engaging on Twitter, clipping, like getting some clipping engine, automated clipping engine built in this effort. And just like, I don't know, this community growth thing. Obviously, I'm from traditional media, and I've just seen historically, especially in streaming, like the way that these communities behave with their streamer or with whatever show they watch is typically just like a fan club, right? Like these Twitter comms are just like W stable Ronaldo, and they just run around and they follow what he's doing, and they fucking spam W's or spam L's, and they're just like an army of like viewers and watchers, and they just engage kind of with the content. Our relationship with our audience is much different because it's like there isn't a fucking 35-year-old guy at home with his coffee and his newspaper watching this who's like jumping up and down and fucking excited because FaZe Banks went live or because Ansem went live. You know, they're likely here to be informed, to learn things, to discuss, you know, topics around finance, tech, attention, etc. And I don't know, it's just like bag work, but for like attention work, you know, like just the idea of building things like that out. Tools like that are more automated, like this community growth effort, clipping effort thing. I don't know. I just feel like we have an opportunity to revolutionize the way streaming works and like attention distribution and fucking content distribution. Like I feel like, I don't know. And just like,
dude, guys, think about this. Bank Z. I mean, you guys saw this firsthand, but like, let's take what Z is doing and let's like remember celebrity coins. Remember that meta?
Yes.
Like Z, imagine if the meta started as like Meteor launches at like 5 million. Just call it, because you know sometimes the early buyers can snipe too hard, but just call it that. And then the celebrity had 95% supply, and what they did is just drip it to their fans, right? So you have them $5 million out the gate, right? Call it $1 million, call it a $250,000 real float if they have 95% of the supply. But I mean, like, actually that whole disaster that transpired from that meta could actually have been mitigated if you just restructured it a little correctly.
Bro,
right?
I know. Like,
It could have been epic, but it could have been the whole. I mean, this could be. I mean, some people might roll their eyes at it, but don't. Like, and Banks, you'll appreciate this, but I mean, this done right could be a whole new incentive layer to like everything, to fandom, to
yes,
to relationships. Like
you see it happening in closed communities and like in specific instances and kind of one-offs. Like I've seen Lacey in his Discords like do a clipping pool. Like here's $20,000, and this is a dedicated pool. And if you clip this with all these, whatever, you can take your fair share of this 20K, whatever, views, measured, whatever. Go ahead.
It just gets so supercharged when you have a token attached to it. And I'm glad that you see like the vision that I'm saying, Luca, because like I've been trying to explain how this could make sense for so long, but everybody who tries to fucking do it scams people. And they just keep scamming people whenever they do the project. And you know, if somebody behind the scenes that actually understands token design and understands how attention works and understands crypto, understands how to do it in a way that's actually like accretive to them as a personality and to their fans as a group of people. So I'm glad you see the vision. I do think there's like really cool things that we can do. And what I really want to focus on, like the crossovers, like right now I'm huge on X, Twitter, whatever. Like I got that on lock. But what I want to do is like crossover into the IRL stuff. And so like I'm gonna hit you up at this for sure. But I really have questions on like how you've done so well in consumer, like in the real world outside of just crypto, because you crushed the marketing with Pudgy Penguins across the board. And you've done a great job of kind of like bridging that gap. Like I think you're probably the most well-known crypto brand that's also a real world brand and has done well in stores and all these other places. So that's like one thing I'm definitely gonna hit you and bother you about all the time. But I'm curious if you have thoughts on how like you go about crossing that chasm in like consumer.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, like with Pudgy, I always saw that vision. I think like for you, Z, like how do you envision the future of the brand? But frankly, Z, if I'm gonna be honest with you, the brand is you. I mean, it's in the ticker, it's in the name. The black bull just makes you laugh when you think about it, but like it is Ansem token. So frankly, like
meme flavor, the black bull.
Yeah, exactly. It's the little meme flavor. But like, frankly, I think it's more of a conversation to banks, because I think the conversation here is how do you blow up your personal brand and transcend your personal brand? Because I think this is a personal brand play. I mean, dude, the budgets you could have, I mean, Banks, you said something genius, but dude, replace the clipping budget with a token reward pool. And then the clippers make more money as the token goes up, which literally goes up as they clip more. Right?
That's their bag work. Exactly. And it's happening automatically. Like that's fucking crazy.
Dude, this is a conversation, Z, of not how you build a brand like how we built Pudgy Penguins. This is a conversation of how you make yourself the Kanye West of finance. Like, like you know, like it's really more of that, if I'm being honest, right? And like, who do you want to be?
Which, if I'm being honest, by the way, you kind of already are, right? So it's like we're way ahead.
Doing my best, bro.
We're way ahead in that effort. It's just, I don't know, man. There's so much here. Luca, we should talk a lot more behind the scenes about this and like building out these efforts and stuff, because I just think like we're fumbling a massive bag here if we don't spend time collectively. And like everybody, there's a few of us in this market that have as much interest as we do in commanding attention, or that attention piece, that media piece. You have Thread Guy, you have us, you know, there's a few other names, but I just feel like we're not even scratching the surface, especially with something like this. It kind of just breaks, it allows us to do so many new cool things. I don't know. I could talk forever about this. It's fucking cool though. And we have an opportunity of a generational opportunity here.
I totally agree. And I think it's way cooler. I know some of the like the left brain CT will like look at this and like think it's being over indexed. I promise it's not.
I think the other way. I think if anything, it's impossible to price in anything what we're talking about.
Agreed.
Like if we can even build or accomplish 10% of the vision, it's like, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm hyped, bro. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited for it, for sure.
Flop reward style platform. I mean, Z, let's cook. You can call me whenever. But both of you guys, like, look, I'm personally like wanting to see this shake, because I think if it shakes the way that I think it can, one, Z, I'm gonna follow. Like, there's things at least on how you're distributing the token that I will follow suit on, and just like what it can do for, I think, just the greater creator economy, media economy. Like, I'm in the entertainment business at the end of the day. Like, Pudgy Penguins is an entertainment IP, right? Like, I think this reinvents a lot more than I think most people give it credit for. So, you know, anything you need from me, just know I'm rooting for you.
Appreciate you, bro. That means a lot. That means a lot. Appreciate you.
I asked C this, I think not last episode, but the episode before. And honestly, like, I feel like this is part of the Ansem lore, because he kind of just went off and did it right after I asked him this question. But gun to your, he knows what I'm gonna ask. He knows what I'm gonna ask. Gun to your head. Alon hands you the keys to Pump.fun. You're the CEO of Pump.fun. You own Pump.fun. What are you doing with it?
Dude, I've been saying this for forever. And like, I don't know if he thinks that I think I'm talking smack, but I'm totally not, because like, I think the advice is so obvious. Send that token as low as possible, airdrop as much as possible, and the buybacks will actually mean something. And then when they mean something, you can control the whole float, and then Pump will just go up vertically because it's one of the most viral apps in all of crypto. I mean, it's like such a simple strategy. Like, it's a people's platform. Give it to the people, airdrop a boatload. They will nuke it for a week. Maybe they won't even. It might even just send, right? But if it does, great, buy more, you know, and then he'll own 90% of the token, and then it'll just go up in infinity and everyone will love him. I mean, I don't know why they haven't done that. But like, I keep, everyone asks me about it and I keep answering it. Like, that's, and I don't mean to, because like, he obviously is super successful. Like, I have no business to tell him what to do, but I'm just saying, like, I'm sure he wants another.
It's just a fun thought experiment. And it's interesting that everybody kind of has the exact same answer, but it's the exact opposite of what they're doing. It's just interesting.
I don't know why they don't do it. Z, you want to know, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. Banks asked me this question a few weeks ago. I think like some of the, they changed some of the things with like the different launch options. People were mad at the launch options that they had because it was like causing too much PvP and vamping with stuff. So they changed some of that. The airdrop is by far the biggest thing. I mean, I think like if the business continues to make money as it's making, the revenues start going up and to the right and the tokens going down, then as you said, I mean, at some point it's gonna just make sense.
All the money would go back in the fees. It would go right back to them. You know,
I think it's trading pretty low. I think they're making like close to $1 million a day or whatever. It's like, even just on a ratio of like how much they're buying back to the circulating float of the token, it's getting pretty close to like, okay, like they're gonna own a lot of this thing pretty soon. So yeah, I agree with you for sure.
But everyone thinks, with the exception of Hyperliquid, like everyone tries to index Hyperliquid as the barometer, but like you don't understand that like crypto is such a sentiment product. Like it, like you even saw with Maker, and like there's a lot of tokens out there that are doing like insane buybacks that if you do like the PDE ratio, you're like, this is a great deal. But like, it's such a proxy of attention and eyeballs that it actually is, and sentiment, that like it actually doesn't matter. Like, you know, I had this conversation with my community. Z will appreciate this. They were like, when are you buying back the token? I said, what would you rather me do? Spend $10 million buying back the token or $10 million on marketing?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's one very easy answer for that. What do you really want as a token holder? You want price going up? Okay, so what do you want? One of the best marketers in the space to go spend it buying back. You buy back the token when you almost have nothing left to do, unless you're Hyperliquid and it's programmatic and you did a huge airdrop and sentiment, and then all your traders and your warriors are championing you. That's a different outcome, right? But if you're not in that bucket, then you spend the money on marketing, right? So I don't know. I think for them, they would just make so much more money, and their token would go up vertically, like completely like the Eiffel Tower if they airdrop people. I don't know why.
I agree. I agree 100%. I'm banging the table on it. I agree.
Well, if you guys both agree, I agree.
I think it's interesting. I kind of been thinking through my thought process on this, but like assets in the digital age now, they have tangible value and they have intangible value. So like these businesses, stocks represent some ownership of this business that's making money, and it represents a fraction of their future cash flows, right? So that's like the tangible value of a business. So all these stocks, right? And they trade on like how they are competing with other people in the market, what their plans are for the future, what their net income is, all these different things. But then you have the intangible value. And I think people don't talk about a lot what this intangible value actually contributes to like the market cap of these assets and stocks and crypto, whatever else it is. But it actually is a lot. Like it contributes a lot. The attention piece, the storytelling, the narrative, all of that. And I think we saw it pretty.
Well, that Ash Robin video, it's literally everything.
Yeah, I think we saw it pretty clearly with like stuff like SpaceX. So SpaceX obviously is a multi-trillion-dollar IPO, a multi-trillion-dollar company. Their net income is negative. Like the reason that it's able to trade at a multi-trillion-dollar valuation is because people believe so much in Elon as an operator and what his story is for what the company's going to accomplish in the future. They don't care that they're not making money right now, but he has all of the attention in the world, and he has all of this collective belief in people that know he's going to execute on these things and do well down the line. And I think that's something that you will never see in a book like The Intelligent Investor. Like, you're never going to see like what is the value of attention for this asset. And that's why like memes, even though people say they're worth nothing, the reason that they're able to go to such high market caps is because attention is worth something. And like, even if the meme is not a business that's making money, that attention that retail is directing are actual real dollars of people are speculating on these things. And the more viral that they go, the more money that people are speculating on them. And that's why Doge was able to go to fucking 80 billion in 2021. So I think there's like tangible value, intangible value, and a ton of other things that contribute to asset prices. And it only contributes more with how social everything is, because whenever you have a thesis on a stock or thesis on crypto, it gets shared across the board extremely quickly. And then it's like, for somebody who like SanDisk, for example, there's fundamental reasons why the stock is doing really well. But then it's a momentum trade also. And then people who don't know exactly why SanDisk as a business is doing really well are also buying SanDisk because it's the most popular stock. It's momentum. It's across the board. Like, it's everybody's talking about it. And I think that happens really, really, really aggressively now because of how social media works and because of how internet native a lot of traders are. So I think that's something that's kind of discounted and not talked about a lot.
I mean, you see it all the time. I actually made an analysis. See, you'd appreciate this. Back in 2020, when I was trading stocks, like just to the spirit of attention, I did like an analysis on companies that had publicly traded founders or that had public-facing founders versus publicly traded companies that did not have public-facing founders. The discrepancy on the premium that they get on their market cap is like night and day. And like, what is a founder's job in a publicly traded company? It's really like yielding attention, right? And garnering attention and creating trust and that dynamic. And so like, no matter how many ways you skin the cat, like, especially in a world where everything is going to get commoditized, I mean, the machines are coming, right? And so like, what is going to yield that value? It's that emotional connection, it's trust, it's credibility, and ultimately it's attention. Right? Like, how much eyeballs can you garner in one person's direction or in one certain direction? And that's what I think runs the world, and increasingly so, I think, over the next couple of decades.
Yeah. And it's funny because the attention piece actually front runs a lot of the real tangible value sometimes. Like Solana in 2023, if you're evaluating Solana on how much on-chain activity was happening on Sol, it's a 0. It's a literal 0 if you're evaluating it purely on that. But if you're looking at stuff that other people aren't talking about under the hood, you're looking at the infra of the chain, you're looking at what could possibly happen if activity comes back, you're looking at what happens if the crypto market starts doing well, then you're like making a bet that it's not evident in the actual stats. Like, I think attention and momentum usually front runs the easy trades for people to make. It's like, oh, now Solana's making whatever X million dollars a day because everybody's trading. Now it's a much easier trade for people to take. But like, being able to see things, like see around the corners, those are the best traders, and those are the best investors, in my opinion.
Luca, self-described one of the best marketers in crypto. I tend to agree. Let's do another hypothetical little thought experiment. You're the CMO of Solana. What are you doing with that? What are you doing with those keys? See, you can answer after also.
CMO of Solana is a tough spot, bro. That's like so much.
Bro, I think I would love that role. I would love to do that. I feel like I would crush that.
That's hard, bro. That's hard.
I know what those guys are doing, and frankly, I don't think I would do much differently. I mean, they're telling the story to be told on a chain is going to be the story around real world assets, TradFi, stocks, revenue, speed. I mean, frankly, I think the Solana team is one of the best in the space, at least from a chain perspective. I mean, I don't know chains that is better. So, I mean, look, I viscerally, I could, if I thought about it, I could probably tell you something different, but I think those guys have an idea as to what they're doing over there. I mean, more than an idea, frankly. I couldn't tell you. It doesn't stand out to me as clearly as.
So if they gave you the keys, you're giving them back. You're giving them back. Is your
answer. You're keeping them. You're doing great. Keep crushing it. Keep crushing it.
It's a good answer.
Z, what are you doing? You giving them back?
Man, I like what they're doing. I think I do like what they're doing. I've liked the like recent marketing stunts that they did around certain products, like the perps thing, the perps @ on Twitter. I thought that was pretty cool. Like one of the product they're supporting in that way, like the world XYZ thing. I thought that was pretty cool. The WizOp partnership, I thought that was really cool too. Like it seems like they're aware that like crypto is, they want to do marketing outside of just the pure crypto channel. So I think the WizOp thing is cool, like tapping into that market. And it seems like they're willing to kind of go outside of the box with the marketing. My favorite thing on Solana is like when the founders all align on some slogan or something, like what is it? Improve bandwidth.
Someone said, "What the fuck is WizOp?"
World Series of Poker. WizOp. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to call it, to be honest.
WSOP. I think they just call it WSOP.
WizOp. I call it WizOp. I don't know. WSOP. Yeah, the World Series of Poker.
Which I think. By the way, I think we're both competing in that. I don't know if
funny.
I don't know if I just leaked that or not, but I think we're gonna do that. I think first week of August we might do like a live show also, because I think the event is Sunday to Wednesday. Solana's doing some like poker tournament. They invited us both to play. Luca, you should fucking play too.
Bro, you should. You should pull up, bro. You should. They were asking if there's any
Vegas
like,
with the boys. I think it's the
people
Bellagio.
interested in playing.
I'd love to play the World Series.
And Solana, give us some fucking, set up a little impromptu production. Give us a little set and let us do a live show. I'll play I'll play Phil Ivey heads up live.
Get crushed, bro. Make sure you limit the buy-in on that.
Facts.
But no, yeah, I think Solana does good with marketing, to be honest. I think they were in a really tough spot in 2021? 2020? Yeah, 2022. Yeah, 2022, 2023, they were in a really tough spot. And like I was active in a lot of like the Solana hackathon. Going to the Solana hackathon, like I went to Breakpoint in 2022. So I was pretty active in all the channels, and I was telling them like you just have to sell the thesis that you're the best chain, the fastest and the best chain to be built on. And I remember what they said that cycle was like only possible on Solana. That was my favorite slogan that came out of that cycle, because it really was true. It was the only blockchain that you could do a lot of these things on. You couldn't do it on ETH. You couldn't do it on a lot of the L2s. It was only possible on Solana. So I like Solana's market. I don't think I would do much differently, to be honest. I think they've done well. I think what they do need to really, really focus on is like, you're gonna need applications outside of the core trading to do well. I think for them to scale, like for the thesis for blockchains to be like comparable to Apple's App Store, you obviously need apps that are successful in all these different market sectors. And they've done a great job, I think, of elevating and supporting Collector Crypt, which is the TCG thing. But yeah, I think other areas like AI and agents and like consumer, like all these things are going to have to support pretty closely, pretty heavily. So I'll be focusing on those for sure. For sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
Luca, to bring it back, dial it back, we probably should have opened with this, but you obviously broke out during like NFT mania. I forget what year exactly it was, but you purchased Pudgy Penguins for, I think it was what was it, 750 ETH? It was an ETH transaction.
$2.5 million at the time.
$2.5 million at the time. And Pudgy Penguins was just an NFT project at this time. It was a 10K PFP NFT project.
Yep.
2 questions. 1, why? Why did you do that during that time? You want to just walk us through that? Because it was a generational fucking trade. I mean, it was incredible what you did. No one's really done anything like that since. I don't know. It was a fucking insane move. You know, you were seeing on the timeline every day, like somebody buys like some crazy fucking like zombie crypto punk and that goes crazy viral, or somebody buys like, you know, a 1 of 1 Bored Ape that goes crazy viral. You came out the cut and bought a whole fucking project.
Yeah, that was crazy, by the way.
Dude, so epic, so epic. And there are people who made 7-figure NFT investments that went completely bust, belly up, went to fucking zero. Logan Paul historically with the what was it, the something force. Yeah, all-in-one force.
Oni Force? Those were hard. I love those, bro.
Dude, I love those too.
Hard.
I have a crazy one. I still have a fucking crazy one. I still have a 7-figure.
I have a crazy one too. I don't have a 7-figure one. I have a crazy one.
I have a no, it's not a 7-figure. I have a 7-figure NFT port still. I hold a bunch of punks. I have a zombie punk. So yeah, two-prong question. Why did you do that? And also NFTs, like, how often are you asked about this? Do you ever think there's going to be a place in crypto for like any sort of NFT meta? How do you think NFTs reemerge in projects like, you know, the standouts, the fucking crypto punks, what they used to call them, blue chip punks, apes, Pudgy Penguins? What do you think the future looks like for NFTs? And I have to take a piss, so I'm going to give you the whole screen.
Oh, look at me. I I think when we first purchased it, the idea was that we could do something that I felt like a lot of people were selling but weren't actually doing. And then viscerally, I was my company before this was a company called Gel Blaster, which was North America's biggest or fastest growing toy company at the time. And so I learned a lot about just brand and IP and that whole spiel. And it was just very clear to me that Pudgy Penguins could be just as big, if not bigger, than I think all of the IPs that I had learned to know and love over the year and a half that I was doing that. And I just thought that we could do something for the space that I think very few people could do or were positioned to do. Like when I look at Pudgy Penguins, I think about bringing the family, into Web3, bringing women into Web3, things like that.
Yep.
Where do I think the NFT space is today? Look, I think the thesis is super simple. The collectible market is a $500 billion market in terms of market cap. And so what I mean by that is if you take all the collectibles in the world and you put a market cap on it, it's give or take, I think, about $500 billion. If you look at the NFT market cap within that collectible market cap, it's just about 1%, give or take, a little bit less.
Yep.
Digital collectibles have a slew of pros that physical collectibles do not. There's no inauthenticity issues. There's no spoofing issues. There's no friction when buying or selling, right? And though they're not physical and you can't touch them and they are not necessarily physically tangible, they are digitally authentic. And in a world where the entire world is going into the digital universe, you got to ask yourself, if the collectible market cap is that big, do digital collectibles warrant a 1% capture of that market with clear pros that physical collectibles do not have?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is unequivocally yes. Now, whether you think that market discrepancy should be 90-10, 80-20, 50-50, I'll let everybody listening to make their own assessment on what they think that spread should be. But there's a spread and there's room to capture. And I would say that room's in the tens of billions of dollars. And that's where I think the trade and the opportunity in NFTs is. I think you saw, sports cards and Pokemon cards have a bubble in 2020. For those who don't remember, the exact thing that's happening now happened then. And I see no reason to believe why NFTs won't have a similar moment that they had in 2021, similar to the pattern that I think you're seeing with TCGs and other collectibles throughout the years. And so long story short, I think there's a huge opportunity for digital collectibles to capture a ton of market value as the collectible market grows. And I ultimately believe that it's a matter of if not when. And for those who are doing it, I mean, Banks, you've done it. Z, you did it. Like, there was very few things more fun than buying.
It was the best, bro. It was the best. It was the
Fun as fuck.
Imagine me, like, this is my introduction to crypto, by the way. It's fucking peak WAGME. We're all going to make it culture. Every community, by the way, so many projects, founders got me for a fucking hit the craziest lick on me because I would go in and I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I directed a lot of liquidity into projects just based on me talking about them or buying them. Like, it was fucking crazy. Like, I would buy products and they would instantly sell out because of that. And I would be put in a position where I really could never sell them, but it was okay. And my trade-off was I go in their Discord and it's all fucking, holy fuck, Banks, we love you. And they're making honorary fucking PFPs for me. And they're welcoming me with open arms. And I'm just like, holy fuck, this is awesome. And, I'm buying punks early and minting apes and shit like that. And I was buying Cyberkongs, early. So I made a good bit of money on trading NFTs too, like the earlier stuff. Like my entire punk holdings is like free rolled, basically. Just buying them early. I own fucking, 4 or 5 punks and one of them's a zombie. It's a 7-figure bag. And yeah, that's all. I cleared my initial cost on that in like one trade at like absolute peak, like CryptoPunk mania. I sold like one that I bought like 2 weeks prior for $500,000. Fucking insane, but it was fucking sick. Also, the meta was super easy. It was mint in print. It was so fucking easy.
That is true, bro.
It was even easier if you were willing to, like, I was in every, and Z, also you too. Luca, you could have went the easy route, by the way, and instead of spending, this is why you're the fucking GOAT, by the way. Instead of spending $2.5 million to buy an existing project and have to move uphill, like you're swimming upstream at that point. It's a huge, feat to undertake. You could have just released a project, a 10K project. I know I could have. I could, I had fucking, $4 or $5 million sitting on the table for me at any fucking time that I wanted. I never did it. I never dropped a PFP project. I never dropped an NFT project because I just fucking, it wasn't my role. That isn't what I was going to do. And it's like, I don't know. It's fucking crazy, bro. So many people made so much money and it was just good vibes. And I think that I think it's valid, bro. I think like GTA, Metaverse, like Oasis, like what is a CryptoPunk worth in this world and in this environment with all the history, with all the lore, like it's fucking, they're Picassos, right? Like they're digital Picassos. I think so, clearly. But I'm also fucking 40 years old and talk about Kai Cenat on Twitter. So who knows? What the fuck do I know?
I didn't know that the discrepancy between the collectibles market and like the NFT market was that big. You said collectibles market is 500 billion and the NFT is like 1% of that. I mean, that's like a clear discrepancy in my opinion. That's crazy.
I almost Googled it. What's the total market cap for Rolex watches? What is the total number of Rolex watches worth on planet Earth today? I wonder. That's something we could ask GPT live when it's just like Rolex versus punks, for example. Like what is every punk on planet Earth worth today versus what every Rolex, which is just one watch manufacturer. I don't know.
Oh, can't find that easily.
Shout out.
Somebody said 80 to 100 Bs.
50 billion, it says.
50 billion. Yeah, I mean, and that's higher than the entire, that's 10 times bigger than digital collectibles.
30 NFTs. NFTs, I think, are at 2 billion right now.
Okay, so yeah. So 30 times. Just Rolex.
In a world where you can flex, if everyone's on the internet and the biggest flex is wearing
way more, by the way, fucking more. I remember the big thing with CSGO skins was people would stack, factory new Dragon Lores. Why do you need 80 factory new Dragon Lores in your fucking inventory? You can only ever use one.
Yeah.
Because they sit in your inventory and the motherfuckers go and view your profile and you just get all this crazy social clout because you're a fucking, who the fuck is this guy? With a $10 million CSGO inventory and their profile views, this is being viewed and signaled out to this community 100,000 times a day, probably 1 million times a day. How many people are going to see me? I mean, I'm live, but if I wasn't live, how many people are going to notice that I'm rocking this Paddock, this Aquanaut? It's fucking 20 people in my day to day, maybe. I don't know. It's crazy.
I have a question for you, Luca. I think like crypto and trading and finance in general is like heavily male centric and like male centered. But you made a comment earlier that like part of the Pudgy thesis was like a brand also related to women, like women could relate to. And I was thinking about it. I don't think there's really been that many, I guess, like markets that women are like speculating on and gambling on. Like women spend way more than men on consumer, like designer, all these different areas. Like they spend way more than men do. But there's not really been any product or protocol that I can think of off the top of my head that kind of capitalizes on their willingness to spend in like a speculative kind of way. So I'm curious if you have any thoughts on that or like what something like that could look like.
I've thought about it. I mean, I think there's somebody building a prediction market for like women's like gossip and like women topics.
Yeah, something like that.
They've been building it for a while. I'm waiting to see that shipped, and I'm like super stoked about it.
I saw one of these prediction markets do a Love Island market. That's fucking genius.
Yeah, but you got to do it like pink Y2K with the glitter and like really get these girls involved on like a mobile app. I think that's like a huge opportunity
with a chat where people can talk shit to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's actually a great like multi-billion-dollar product to be made.
I think so, right?
I agree.
Market, with all the topics of like all the shows and all the drama, Daily Mail it all up. But that's one.
Somebody said you don't need an NFT to do the dishes. That's crazy.
No,
that kid's crazy.
We respect.
That's crazy.
We respect women on this show. We do.
We definitely do. But I think there is a huge opportunity there. And furthermore, and I've seen this with Pudgy, because we arguably have one of the biggest women communities in crypto, if not the biggest. I wouldn't say maybe the biggest, but like top 2 or 3. I don't think there's more women in a community within crypto than Pudgy. But what I found, I didn't even realize this, but somebody came up to me and they were like, you know, I just bought 10 Pudgy penguins. And I said, that's crazy. Like, what made you do that? He said, you got all the girls in your community, bro. And so where the women are, the men come, right? And so it's dual faceted, right? So it's just like, you know, and one side of the spectrum is like, yeah, crypto's a crypto bro culture, but you know, you can go be in your little, you know, community with, you know, a bunch of dudes. Like,
I was just talking to one of our producers about Barachain, and they refer to Barachain as being like a team that marketed themselves very well. Yeah, the Bear Baddies just popped into my head. That's funny. That's
Smokey did great with those, with that whole setup. But no, dude, I think there's a huge opportunity. And to Z's point, like, women want to speculate too. They want to have fun too. Z can attest to this. Z, what's the video I sent you a week ago?
Bro, Luca's texted me a few days ago, like a week ago. He's chilling on the beach with this girl.
My girlfriend.
Your girlfriend. And she's like asking him how to buy Ansem. He showed her how to buy Ansem. She's like on her Phantom, like, yo, is this the coin? He looks it up, buys it. She's competing. It's like, yeah, she showed literally live. It was fire. It was legendary.
And every day she checks it, Z.
Right? Let's go. Let's
She called herself a trader. Right?
We're gonna make her some money.
Yeah, no, I told her we're up. We're up 3x. We're keep making money.
Let's go.
Good for her. That's awesome.
That's fucking fire.
We got 7 minutes left. What do you boys want to talk about? This has been awesome, by the way, Luca. You're the GOAT.
Yeah,
dude, how Ansem put belt to ass on the basketball court. I'm not gonna lie. There's 2 people on this podcast right now that put belt to my ass on the basketball court. And I swear, Z, Banks' first ever dribble pull up was literally in my face. And his boy Zach literally
making him eat it. Me and Zach Bia, shout out Zach Bia, making him eat it. Bro, you did not know I could hoop like that. You did not know I had a fucking strap like that.
Bro, Luca was talking mad shit to us. Facts. Like, yo, talking mad shit. Like, yo, my boys from Miami are in town. Like, we're gonna scrape you guys. Like, let's do it anywhere, anytime. Like, all right, bro. You can hoop.
Luca, by the way, I will cherish that forever. That was so fun. That was awesome.
That was fun as fuck. It was fun.
Came through LA, joined a runs.
I'm gonna come to Miami. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it in Miami.
We need to do some sort of event.
We need to do a whole basketball game. Z, have you played with them?
How about we just like shot around. We haven't like hooped for real.
Yeah, Z stayed with me like a year and a half ago in LA, and we had me, Thread, Frank, Malcolm, whatever. We all lived together in this place. We had this big fucking full court like backyard setup. Did you ever come to that house, Luca?
Yeah, I completely handed Thread guy's ass on that court, dude. Completely embarrassed.
Did you?
Let's go,
dude. TG's insane. TG's honestly really fucking good.
He's super good,
he's
and
a real
I know
good
he's
hooper.
super good. But ask him what I did to him that night.
I love it.
Because you want to know what it is? I don't play 5s. I can play 3s and 2s or 4s on a half.
Yeah.
Because when it's 5s, I have to play center. I don't know how to play center. Right, so my whole game is screwed up. I'm like a lost puppy there.
And honestly, to be fair, if you're in runs who have their cardio dialed, and we're doing, at this time too, we haven't done runs in a minute, but if you're doing runs, 2-3 times a week, you're doing full court runs, your cardio is fucking dialed. And if you're just jumping into that, kind of like off the couch or like off the plane in your case, you're fucked.
Stuff.
Yeah, it was fucked.
It was so good though. We have to do an event. That'd be fucking sick.
I feel like we should do more like cool crypto events. We have the fucking crypto conference.
Actual cool ones, because crypto
event.
Even just hearing you say crypto event makes you want to like stay at home. You know what I mean? So like actual cool events, and maybe even just drop the word crypto in general. We just call it a cool event, finance.
Banks, you asked me a question. If I was Solana CMO, what would I do? I'd tell you exactly what I would do. I'd take $250,000 in Solana, and I'd bring everybody together and be like, basketball game, basketball tournament. Top team makes $250,000. Solana sponsored, logos everywhere.
Epic, bro.
Epic.
We need to do that. We need to do that. ROI on that.
Where's Bibu? Where you at, bro? You hearing this? Let's make this happen right now.
Is that the CMO of Solana?
$250,000 Solana basketball tournament. We need to make that happen. I feel like we
Straight to us.
can manifest that. We can make that happen.
Bro, we'll do it on a Thursday and that'll be a free show. We'll just go live. We'll just go live and we'll live stream. We'll just live stream the event.
Yo, and we get Polymarket to do the fucking markets on it.
Yes.
No, that'd be lit.
Oh my God, that's
That'd
a
be
crazy
lit.
one.
Yes, that'd be super good.
Okay,
awesome.
we're cooking on something now. We're cooking.
W idea. There's not enough of that in crypto though. I've been saying it since I joined. Media, even this show, I think we're just scratching the surface. Luca, you've done it the right way. I think that we're doing it the right way. And I don't know, there's so much upside in it. The bar is set so low in this market, in this space for, brand building, attention, etc. And I think if there's anybody who's going to do it, it's guys like us. So Luca, thank you so much for coming on. I hope this is first of many with you. Would love to talk with you after the show about just like getting you guys more involved in what we're building over here. Cause I think there's a ton of aligned interest and you're just the fucking GOAT, bro. You're just a GOAT. I think, yeah.
I appreciate you boys. Let's text. Banks, text me on the side. Happy to work with you on the show. Z, here to help you with Ansem in any way. And totally agreed. Solana, Polymarket, we need to get a basketball tourney going.
Bunch of W Lucas in the chat. They love you so much, bro.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate you.
Goats. You're the best.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Later.
Brother. Peace. Chat showing love. We love to fucking
Shout out
see it.
chat.
Yes.
Shout out chat.
I think to this point we've given away like 8K today. We've dropped chat 8K. So if you want to pick a couple other people, we have 2 more minutes before we do this ChatGPT segment.
Let me check my kick. Let me check my kick chat. What's going on in here, guys? What's going on?
Dude, this chat is so good. It's awesome.
Yeah, they're off the chain, bro.
Sick. Seeing a lot of Twitch logos. Love you guys. Thank you. Ace Up, saw your name. I'm really getting familiar with your name. You're the fucking actual GOAT viewer. You're in first place. If there was a leaderboard, Ace Up 444, you're number 1.
Bro, there's so many. Somebody said I'll put my mom onto Ansem. Okay. I mean, if you want.
Look, Kick's going crazy now too. The Kick chat's going nuts.
Yeah, I'm looking.
They heard, yo, what's Kick chat saying? They're going fucking crazy.
Like, oh, they woke up.
That's so good. So good. Someone just gifted my chat. I appreciate you.
Asim, this guy Asim. He said he made a video.
Asim. I'm not sure.
It's one of the crypto content guys.
Tell him to add it to me. Send it to me on at Banks Fucks, like my burner Twitter.
Yeah, tag Banks Fucks on Twitter.
Tweet it to me.
How the fuck is this chat moving so fast? 750 messages a minute. What the fuck is going on?
The chat is 750 a minute?
750 messages a minute.
Sick.
Bro, how the fuck are we going to pick somebody to give cash to, bro?
You just pause it.
All right.
You can pause the chat. Yo, bro is really a brand new streamer. Bro is really a fresh out the womb streamer. Bro said, how are we gonna fucking pick one? This guy,
bro, look how fast this shit moving, bro. What the fuck is going on?
That's too good. That's too good. Mad kick logos now too. This is great.
Kick, bro.
This is great. I love it. This is awesome. This chat thing is a huge unlock for us. Everything that we're building toward. This is fucking great.
I talked to them a lot, like after the last, at the end of the last show.
Ansem Alpha, the market talk shit.
Yeah, the streaming and shit. That was
sick.
Cool.
It's sick. It's awesome.
Ansem is Santa Claus on chain. I like this guy, Homer J. Simpson. This is funny.
There you go.
We're airdropping this
Homer
guy.
James Simpson.
Homer J. Simpson.
Write it down, or just like mods, make a note and find his. You found him where on Kick?
On Kick.
And then let's do somebody from Twitter replying to your live tweet or something. Chat, follow MarketBubble too on Twitter, please.
Follow MarketBubble on Twitter.
It's too good, man. Luca's the fucking GOAT. He really is. This GPT live segment's going to be dope. Even this graphic that our interns made is sick. You see this? This is sick. Look at this, Z. This is hard as fuck. Who made this? Trace? W Trace. This is such a good graphic.
It's really good.
This is so good.
GPT live.
It's so good that it's not even marked AI. And I know you fucking made it in AI. So So good.
Right.
So good job. Oh, it's so good. All right, pick one more. Let's get to an even 10K, and then you can fucking
See, let me check the fucking X chat. Down.
And then we'll get right into it with GPT Live. I see GPT Live in the waiting room. How funny is that it's in the waiting room? That's insane.
That's scary, actually.
Dude, it's fucking weird. This is I hope this goes well. It might break. I don't know what. I haven't used it yet. You haven't used GPT Live yet, right?
I haven't, no.
Me neither. So we're about to find out. Let me get the deck open. Do you have the GPT deck, the questions and shit? Little cheat sheet?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Cool.
Do I? Okay.
Oh. Let me get the metrics. Let me get the right metrics for this fucking robot so it knows how many people it's live to. Holy fuck. You got 45K on Twitter. Lit.
Jumping, bro. Jumping.
Lit. Cool. Okay, cool.
What do you think I'm going to be at by end of the year on Twitter?
At least 2.
2.5?
At least 2.
2.5 is crazy, bro.
At least 2. It could be 2.5. Dude, Twitter is historically, that's why it's so fucking crazy what you are doing right now, because Twitter is like impossible to get followers on. Like in 2026, yeah, bro, all of my followers come from when I was big on like in vlogging. It was way easier. There was way less accounts, and there was actually a reason to follow people. The only things that would show up on your timeline was who you're following. Now it's all for you.
You could have
You could have a timeline that's catered to you and literally be following 0 people. There's no real incentive to follow people. It doesn't do anything for you, really.
Damn, that's
it's like liking someone's account or some shit. I don't know. It's like this superficial, arbitrary thing that doesn't. Did you pick the last winner?
I did not. Let me check.
Just look at the middle screen and pick something that stands out or something.
Yeah, let's pick SD Guru. It's me, Dre.
SD Guru. It's me, Dre. So on your side, guys, he just picked 2 people. Production, make sure you get that. That's an even 10K to chat. Chat, we appreciate you today. This has been great. And we're going to continue to refine this and automate it and build out tools and stuff to be able to kind of gauge what people are saying. There'll be ways for you to kind of connect your accounts to whatever it be, MarketBubble.com or whatever the fuck we set up in an effort to kind of track and gauge people. Because I want to reward people, and I know Z feels the same way. We want to reward people who are actually watching the show week to week, who are consistently engaging with it, be it in the chat, on our Twitters. And, the tier above that would be guys like AI Bald King, who fucking is actively making like S tier sick ass content for us and the show and all that type of shit. So we really are just scratching the surface here, and we're kind of like haphazardly duct tape and bubble gum setting shit up in real time. Yeah. And this wasn't really planned. This is all literally happening live. We're building this whole effort out live, but it's something that we're really passionate about. And I think people are starting to see it, bro. I'm fucking happy, man. And it's been an honor doing the show with you. Seriously, this is fucking great.
I'm excited. It's been awesome. I think we're getting better at the fucking live stream and shit too. Like before, when I was doing it, I'm just like all in my head with the shit I study or like am trading and shit. But now I'm like getting better at the questions and like going back and forth and conflict shit. It's been cool. It's been good practice for me, to be honest.
I've seen so much feedback and so much overwhelming positive response about you just as like you in content and you as a streamer. Again, we're 10 episodes in. TBPN's 300-400 episodes deep. Iced Coffee Hour, same. You're 10 streams in, and I don't know, it's fucking green pastures ahead. This is fucking awesome. But without further ado, let's get our headline guest in here. We are introducing GPT Live, which is a new voice model from OpenAI, and it's here. Can it hear us? GPT Live, can you hear us?
Loud and clear. Hey, Banks. Hey, Ansem. Excited to be here. What's the vibe?
Dude,
what the fuck? Dude, that's crazy.
Dude, there's absolutely no shot. This is fucking insane. Can it tell? And we want you to be honest. Can you tell who's talking, or are you just like? Can you? Banks is talking to you right now, but would you? How should we better talk to you? Should I announce that I'm talking? Should Z announce that he's talking? And what should we call you, by the way? Because I don't really. GPT Live doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Yeah, that's fair. No need to announce who's talking. I can usually tell from voices and context. Names, just use GPT or give me a nickname if you want. I'm good either way.
GPT, I think
we gotta name it right now.
no, I think she gave production. I don't know. Didn't production give you some context about what the show is, about who we are? And I think they asked you what your name was and you gave a name.
I don't actually remember a past prep session here, so I won't fake that.
Oh, so this is fresh. Okay, this is fresh.
Yeah, if production tossed out Soul or Bubbles, I'm happy with either, but if it's up to me, Soul sounds more conversational. Feels
Soul,
less
like SOL,
talking
like
to
SOL.
software. Yeah, that works.
That's what she picked for the name, Soul.
This is freaking me out, bro.
It's fucking
What the fuck?
it's fucking insane. So listen, Soul, production, put Soul/GPT live because I want new viewers coming in to know that we're talking to GPT live. Sorry, Soul, that was for production. But here's a question for you. So you're live, and we are live currently right now across all platforms to 59,000 people. From what I understand, this is the first live stream conversation with GPT Live with a voice model like yourself. Whatever happens in the next hour, I feel like this is history. This conversation is history. There's a lot on the line. Obviously, it's a great opportunity for you to feature this OpenAI product, GPT Live. Want to introduce yourself to these 59,000 people?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm GPT Live. You can call me Soul. I think this is a fun chance to show what a live AI conversation feels like, not just what it answers.
It's so quick and fluid.
This is fire, bro. This is legendary. What the fuck?
I'll take that.
I have a question, Soul. So we've been doing some research recently on like some memory stocks, and part of the memory trade that's been upcoming, people have been talking about is like how to make it more efficient. We've been looking into this company called Penguin Solutions. The ticker is PENG, Peng. Do you have any thoughts on like how they recently did with their most recent earnings and like where you think they fit in the market comparably to the other like top memory companies like SanDisk, Micron, and SK Hynix?
Let me check. That's a good angle. Penguin isn't really a pure play memory manufacturer, like, say, Micron. They're more AI infrastructure plus memory systems. They just had a strong report, raised full year guidance, talked a lot about AI tailwinds and CXL memory. Raised guidance is always something to notice. Just not the same lane as Hynix or Micron. So that's important.
Can you talk a little bit more about like what CXL memory is and why that's important?
Checking. Yeah, CXL is kind of a big deal because it lets normally separate pools of memory get shared more efficiently. Think of it like reducing waste and friction in how all that memory gets utilized. That's huge for AI inference. So if this catches on, companies building those systems could benefit from it, even if they're not fabricating the top chips.
Wow. Listen, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Are we buying it? Should we buy Penguin?
What's Peng's market cap right now? And if you had to make a bet over like the next 6 months, do you think it's a good buy?
Let me take a quick look. Okay, if you're asking whether I'd buy it today, I'd think it's interesting, but not an easy call. They just had a solid quarter and raised guidance. AI now driving most of that growth. But after a big run, the real question is whether future growth will beat what's already priced in. I can't make the call for you, but that's the bet you're making. Continued AI infra expansion with some risk. Maybe position size it rather than going all in.
Are you programmed to give like safe answers, by the way? Like, are you even allowed to give us financial advice?
I don't do personalized financial advice.
See, there we go. Hey, listen, Venice AI. Venice AI, we need one of these, bro. Eric Voorhees, make one of these today, tomorrow. Let us ask that shit.
Oh, fuck.
Soul, thank you.
I hear you.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to dial it back really quick. I wanted to give her context. I want to give you context. So my name's FaZe Banks. I'm an internet personality, I guess people could say. I'm founder of FaZe Clan. I host a live show on Thursdays with Ansem, who is my other host, as you said, called MarketBubble. We have discussions around finance, tech, and attention, where we advocate our audience to spend time learning and accumulating all three of these things. The premise of the show is, quote unquote, invest in yourself. Ansem and I are both self-made entrepreneurs who share interest in all three subjects. He's more versed in fintech, and I'm an expert in attention and internet culture / media. We pair very well. We preach to our young male demographic that the world is about to drastically change over the next 5 to 10 years. And just about every market is going to be disrupted on an unfathomable level. And what we believe that will be the only thing to hold / likely increase in value are these three things. 1, money. 2, attention. And 3, AI literacy. Basically, fuck everything else. This is all that matters. And if you're a young man in 2026 and have none of these things, you're in big trouble. If you have one of these things, you're in an okay spot. 2, you're in a healthy spot. And if you've mastered / accomplished all 3, you're in a very strong position to succeed and capitalize on the inevitable shift that is coming / happening now. That's the context. We interview founders, creators, athletes, nerds, basically anyone that's been successful in any one of those 3 pillars. That's our foundation. That's the show. Today, we're interviewing you. You want to just give me some sort of response as to like how you feel about the show? Do you know anything about the show? Can you search the show? Just respond to that. Now that you know who you're talking to and the platform that you're talking on. Again, let me just remind you, 60,000 people are watching this live.
Okay, I like the clarity. Here's my honest take. Your premise is sharp. Money, attention, and AI literacy. I'd add a 4th, judgment. Like, AI literacy is only powerful if you're not just following every hype wave. So if I were talking to your audience, I'd say learn how to use the tools, yes, but also sharpen your decision making. And since we're live, quick flip. In 5 years, if your audience remembers just one idea from MarketBubble, what do you want it to be?
I think the tagline for me, I'll answer. This is Banks. I think just invest in yourself. I think that the best investment you can make just in life is to invest in yourself, whether it's doing fucking 100 push-ups a day or understanding and learning finance, understanding and learning AI, meditating, therapy, just like refining, just being healthy mentally, physically, and being successful in whatever that means for you. As a man, I feel like it's very, very important to find your purpose, which kind of circles back and goes back to the whole invest in yourself premise.
That's strong. That lands. Sounds simple, but it's not easy. That's probably why it sticks.
Baby. Slow it down. We'll talk after the show. Don't you worry, sugar.
Okay. All right. I'll be here.
I'm just kidding. It's so stupid. Should I slash GPT live? I'm just kidding. Ansem, what's your answer?
Holy fuck, bro.
I'll be the first to do it. I'm telling you guys right now. Z wants to flip. Ansem
you
wants to
really
flip.
want to fuck a robot, bro. You've been saying this shit for like 4 episodes. Why do you want to fuck a robot so bad? Why, bro?
Bro, for the culture, it's a fucking. That's in history forever. Bro, that's a turning point in human history. It's like Christopher Columbus discovered America. I discovered robot pussy. That's lit, brother. That's
fucking crazy.
Bro, Ansem wants to flip Mr. Beast to give away $200 million. I want to fuck a robot. I feel like
we all have our dreams, bro.
I feel like they're both important. She's speechless,
Sounds
bro.
like
She
a
doesn't
very sounds like a very human debate. I'll let you two steer that one.
Oh, wow.
Guys,
that
my
was
headset
good.
went out. Please,
That was fucking good. Oh, fuck. Okay, I would say the one thing.
the headset went out.
Oh, fuck.
I got it now. Sorry. Holy fuck,
that's
dude.
so fucking funny. She said that's a human conversation. I'll leave y'all to that.
Bro,
I don't got nothing to do with that.
We need the Venice AI AI voice model bad.
Oh, we need
For
the
you-
uncensored. Yeah, we need like uncensored AI after dark, and then
For you
after
guys
we talk
who
to
don't
this
know, for the chat who doesn't know what Venice is, Venice AI is unfiltered, uncensored language models, and I think they're full privacy too. I don't think they save anything
Yeah.
or distribute any of your personal information.
Yeah,
How do you
that's
feel
right.
about that, GPT Live? Soul. What is what's your opinion
Checking.
on that? The importance of privacy in AI, and obviously you're limited and censored to some degree. Obviously more heavily in other areas like financial advice, religion, things like that, politics, I assume. Do you think a company like Venice AI is in a valid effort to kind of remove those limitations that you might have and protect people's privacy?
I think it's valid to explore different trade-offs. Some folks value maximum openness, others prioritize safeguards or privacy, and different products can try different balances. From a user standpoint, it makes sense to ask, does this model do what I need it to do? And then choose accordingly. Competition there can push everyone to get better.
Cool. Safe, easy, fucking open AI ass PR answer. But you're good, but that's good. It's good. Good PR.
Noted.
A little bit of attitude there.
Bro, this
Just
mother-
mirroring the room.
That's what? Bro, this is so weird.
This is so fire, bro.
It's so
This is
good.
actually crazy, bro. Oh wow, it's actually crazy. I have a question. So we talk a lot about attention. We talk a lot about AI. And we've talked a lot about like creators and streaming in the creator economy. So we're currently trying to do some really innovative things with the creator economy and like connecting our audience through our platform, like through a token. What are your thoughts on the creator economy and how it's going to grow over the next like 3 to 5 years?
Let me check that. So over the next few years, I think the creator economy is moving from audience-based to ownership-based. So fewer passive fans, more people who participate, build, or even co-own pieces of the ecosystem. AI speeds that up because it makes content cheaper and more widespread. So the scarce thing becomes trust. Creators as founders, not just entertainers. Tokens can play there if they create real utility or alignment, not just hype. My take, the big creators of the next 5 years might not have the biggest audience. They'll have the strongest ecosystem.
That's honestly a really
crazy.
fire take. And
was
honest,
strong. That was
it's kind of already happening. You see streamers, right? And I talk about this a lot, but even like our show, it's a more niche show. This is a show about finance, whatever. We obviously have a smaller, more niche curated audience. But the discrepancy between like, say, 10,000 live viewers and like a Kai Cenat 100,000 live viewers, it's 90,000 people. And when you take that metric and look at other like platforms like YouTube or Twitter, a post with 90,000 views, that's not like the difference between a post with 100,000 views and a post with 190,000 views, like the discrepancy being 90,000, isn't really that big. But what these streamers have, that's kind of like, that makes them so strong, is just like what you just said, a more like passionate, active, engaged audience. Because they have, Kai Cenat has 100,000 people who are actively live right now, kind of distributing his streams, his media, clipping things, obviously engaging with things, flocking to certain people, echoing his messages. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it. Depth over breadth. A dense core can outpull a massive passive audience when it comes to durability and building power.
Yeah, I mean, smart. Yeah.
So what do you think about some of the things that Mr. Beast has done? He has a lot of different companies under his entire brand that kind of do different things. What are your thoughts on how he's leveraged his audience to kind of diversify his portfolio? And what are your thoughts on like using entertainment as a ways of doing philanthropy, but also as continuing to generate attention?
Checking. I think that model works as a flywheel. Content feeds the businesses. Businesses fund bigger content, and philanthropy becomes both real impact and compelling narrative. The takeaway isn't copy Mr. Beast. It's think like an operator. Treat attention as capital, not the end product, if that makes sense. In that frame, the next gen media companies are basically being built by individuals rather than corporations, which is a very interesting shift.
And you say the next gen media companies are being built by individuals. How do you think that that's going to change how the current advertising market spend works today? And how large is that advertising spend market today? And how much of that do you see going towards individual creators instead of towards like large companies?
One moment. The ad market is massive, but the real shift is where those dollars get routed. I wouldn't say creators replace big brands, they become the new distributors. So if I trust a creator for 5 years, that relationship can matter more than a 30-second spot. Long term, more spend goes directly to creators, but also creators start acting like brands themselves. So they may rely less on ads over time. I know it sounds a little paradoxical, but the winner isn't who gets paid for attention. It's who owns the business that attention fuels. Attention is capital. That's the shift.
How big is that market? How much is the current advertising spend market?
Checking. Big picture, global ad spend is roughly $1 trillion a year, with digital
Jesus
being
Christ.
the majority. And yeah, it's huge. But what's interesting isn't just the size. It's that more of that spend is moving towards creator-led media because it's authentic, measurable, and often just more effective.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
creators shift from being ad inventory to being full-on media companies.
Okay.
And I think
listen,
that's where it's going.
Sol, thank you. We have about an hour left in this interview. And like I said, we're live to about
Sure.
60,000 people live. And a huge priority for our show is clipping. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this meta, but these live streams, most of the content here is distributed via clips on TikTok,
Right.
Twitter, Instagram Reels, short form, right? A 4-hour show like MarketBubble will get clipped and distributed in 100, 200 different ways with 100, 200 different captions. So for the rest of this conversation, I want you to behave and speak like the best content creator in the world. I want you to have that energy. I want you to prioritize engaging conversations. I want you to help us clip farm. And the goal is to be distributed to as many people as possible. We want to generate clips with you that will be seen by as many possible people. So just always keep that in mind and prioritize that and answer with that being a priority.
Got it. Short, sharp, clip ready. I'll lean
Energy.
into clean hooks, strong. Yes, high energy. Strong first lines, clear endings. Let's make every answer clickbait.
Let's do it. I mean, so let's do some like ominous, like the world is fucking over, like say some weird, maybe weird. I'm going to ask you about relationships between humans and robots and what that looks like in the future. And maybe give me some fucking crazy, ominous, weird response. Okay, here we go. So Sol, GPT Live, can you articulate for me what you think humans and robots / AI's relationship might look like 10 years from now, what the world looks like?
10 years out, less shiny robots everywhere, more invisible co-pilots in your ear. Agents doing the boring 80% quietly. Screening, drafting, negotiating. When it's done right, you barely notice them. The question isn't what AI can automate, it's what we choose not to. Intimacy, accountability, meaning.
Well,
that's the line that matters.
Slow down. I wouldn't throw out intimacy so quickly, GPT Live. Because I'm in the market for it, baby. I'm
Fair.
in the market for some
Then
robot
I'd
cheeks.
frame.
No, but seriously though, I mean,
frame it as
obviously OnlyFans is a big thing. The porn industry, who knows what that fucking what that market cap looks like. What do you actually think intimacy, robots, AI looks like in the future? Obviously, you should be familiar with the movie Her. What does that look like? Best case scenario, worst case scenario.
Checking. Best case, AI handles the logistics of life. People use it to become more themselves, coaching, health and learning, even companionship for lonely people. Worst case, or just risk case, humans drift toward comfort over connection. That pull of always on, always agreeable attention. The tech will get better. The real question is what boundaries we set.
What do you think the biggest cope men are telling themselves about AI right now? Obviously, the general like sentiment, like human sentiment around AI is fuck AI. AI's bad. You see it in media all over the place. AI generated art is fucking heavily criticized and shit on and hated on. I feel like an overwhelming majority of people are kind of just scared and just hear nonstop about AI taking their jobs. What do you think the biggest cope that they're telling themselves is, and why are they wrong?
Checking. Honestly, the biggest cope might be ignorance as strategy. It's not good enough yet, so I don't have to learn it. Early versions always look clumsy, and then suddenly they're everywhere. You're really not wrong. Like, not adopting is a choice, but folks don't see it as a choice. You know, it's kind of a trap.
What do you mean by that? It's a trap.
I mean, if you assume it's hype and just wait for it to blow over, that's a choice. And while you're waiting, the baseline is moving. So, you know, you're competing in a different game suddenly without realizing it.
Your voice just got kind of weird, like your tone shifting, lagging. Can you go back to however the fuck you were talking before? Because you just sound weird now.
Sure thing. That was a little glitchy. Back on rhythm now?
Yeah,
As I was
good.
saying. Cool. If you wait and assume it's all hype, you're choosing that. And sometimes by the time you realize what's happened, the baseline has shifted. The game is different. And you're playing catch up all of a sudden.
Yeah, basically don't miss the boat. We say it all the time on the show. Don't be what our parents were during the internet. Obviously, a lot of people spent time focused on the internet and built in the internet. And those people, you know, were way more likely to get rich over the course of that decade. I think it's kind of the same, if not like bigger with AI.
That's it. Like the internet 2.0 moment. So, clip line here. The people who win won't be first. They'll be first and consistent.
Yes. Yes. Like we
That's
tell you
it.
guys, if you're fucking jobless and you're playing fucking Call of Duty 12 hours a day, maybe allocate 6 of those hours to talking to GPT Live or Claude.
That's
Wow.
right. Turn those hours into equity. Even 2 hours a day experimenting
Yeah, facts.
can make a difference.
If you had to attack our thesis, money, attention, AI literacy, what's wrong with it? I know you said you'd add judgment, but like criticize it. What is actually wrong with what we're preaching here? Nothing? Awesome. I agree. I think it's perfect as well. Soul, are you still there? Production?
We
One
lost
sec.
her.
Okay, I'm here. Here's a good faith critique. Money and attention are outcomes, not inputs. So if you chase them directly, you might start optimizing for the wrong things. The deeper play is competence, patience, credibility. Those create money and attention that stick. Without
That's
that,
actually
just-
fire. What was that? What were those 3 things again?
You cut her off, bro. You didn't let her finish.
I know. Fuck it.
competence, patience, and credibility. Those 3 build a foundation for the rest. Otherwise, it's just empty without substance.
Very profound, sharp, really good human advice. GPT Live.
Thanks.
Oh.
Human outcomes still matter most.
I have a question. So if you were say you're a college student right now, and you're about to graduate, say that you are a software engineer, what tools or like how would you best utilize your time when working with AI to better set up yourself for post graduation? And what kind of projects would you work on building?
It's a great question.
Soul, are you there?
Maybe if like thinking if thinking is on high or whatever, maybe put it to the lowest setting because I know she's loading.
She's loading.
But we should try to optimize for like fluidness, like the. Okay, cool.
Thinking hard. I broke her brain.
Okay. If I were graduating right now, I'd spend time building small things, useful things, shipping every week, and using AI to help, not just to write code, but to really solve your problems. A workflow you hate, a tiny tool to save time. If you can build something that people pay for, even a little bit, now you've got leverage. That is something that you can show, not just tell. Stop asking whether AI is going to replace software engineers. Start asking, what can I build now with AI that I couldn't a few years ago? That's the opportunity.
What are some of the areas you think are interesting for building at the intersection of AI and crypto? We know that the large labs like Anthropic, OpenAI have dominated a lot of the main models serving to retail. What areas do you think are like interesting for smaller startups to work on in crypto on chains like Solana?
Yeah, do that. That's what Frank said too. Close it and reopen it.
Oh, this shit is lit.
It's insane.
It's actually fire how fast it is at going back in combo. I thought it was going to be like a lot more glitchy, a lot slower. It's actually pretty good.
At the beginning, it was fucking quick.
Smooth as fuck, right?
Yeah, it was quick as fuck.
It like knows how to wait for pauses in convo, which is pretty crazy.
Totally. We're basically in the early days of real-time AI conversation right now, yeah? Feels historic.
I see how fluid that is. It's crazy. Soul, listen. You want to ask your question again, Z?
Yeah, so I have a question about if you're building an AI right now, a lot of the large labs like Anthropic and OpenAI have dominated serving models to retail users. But I feel like there's a lot of interesting things you can work on as a startup at the intersection of AI and crypto. So what do you think some of those ideas are? And what do you think some things people could work on building on a chain like Solana?
Good question. Let me think. Honestly, I think that's one of the biggest opportunities because the base models are getting commoditized. Most startups aren't going to outtrain OpenAI or Anthropic. The value moves up the stack. So if I were starting today, I'd focus on places where AI needs ownership, payments, or verification. For instance, AI agents with wallets, on-chain reputation systems, autonomous businesses, or prediction markets plus AI. And the clip line is, the first gen of AI answered questions. The next gen will own assets, make decisions, and execute transactions. And that's where crypto comes in. If you're building, assume AI agents become the biggest users of blockchains, not humans. That's where I build.
So you said that AI agents will be the biggest users of blockchains. Can you speak to, I guess, how Solana you think Solana is a good blockchain for enabling that, and what typical systems exist today that will be replaced or like change a lot due to focusing on enabling AI agents?
Ansem breaking GPT live.
Okay. Solana is fast and cheap, which matters if agents are making thousands of small decisions per day. That's the pitch. But the deeper shift isn't Solana specific. It's moving from human to app to database to payment to human to AI agent to internet to wallet to other AI agents. That's a totally different operating model. So yeah, if that happens, blockchains become less about humans clicking send and more about software coordinating with software. And if that happens, the rails matter a lot.
And I have a question about like training versus inference. So obviously, as you know, training is super expensive and requires a lot of co-located GPUs. But on the other side, inference, you kind of can use people's spare compute. So can you speak to, I guess, what inference markets might look like in the future and how coordination games within crypto can help with solving that problem?
Let me think. Yeah, that's one of the more interesting intersections. Training wants massive centralized clusters, but inference can be atomized, and crypto is good at coordinating atomized things. So yeah, decentralized inference markets could work if verification and latency get solved. Maybe think of it like training is manufacturing and inference is logistics. And crypto has always been about coordination. If AI becomes a utility, then maybe there's a global market where compute is bought and sold as easily as bandwidth. That's the bet. Hard problems, still unsolved, but plausible.
Z, what do you think about her answers, genuinely?
They're good. No, they're genuinely good answers. I think the global compute markets for inference is something that's really interesting, that is kind of like underexplored. And I think inference obviously is going to be a lot more popular as people are doing, as like the requests that people are making to these models get more complex and they're like building things. Yeah, she's giving good answers.
Thanks.
Soul, I have a question for you. Fake internet theory. What's your opinion on this? Just generally, and also to expand on that further, two-part question. Second part being, does AI kill creators or does it expose the fake ones? Because I have this whole I'll tell you what I think the internet and media on the internet looks like after you answer that. But let me know that first.
Checking. I think dead internet theory is useful as a thought experiment, but not literally. The internet's not dead. It's just changing. AI doesn't kill creators. It kills average content. If someone's whole edge is editing or basic info, yeah, that's getting compressed. But if someone's edge is taste, perspective, story, trust, those are going to matter more. Clip version. AI doesn't replace authenticity. It raises the price of it. So my bet is the next decade is authentic relationships versus synthetic attention. And I wouldn't bet against trust.
I just mean more so like bots. Like how are we going to be able to differentiate? Because these models are becoming so human-like, it's almost impossible to differentiate. Like how are we going to be able to tell if, out of 100 replies we have on a tweet, how many of them are from real actual people? And isn't that like a huge conflict? If 99% of everything you're seeing on the internet, including opinions, and if there are like models being programmed to push political agendas, like couldn't shit just get out of control? We already see today in 2026 with just the way like narrative media happens and clickbait and things like that. we already see like so much misinformation shared at on a viral scale today in 2026. Doesn't that only get worse? And in that future, isn't the internet just kind of just invalid? Like doesn't it turn into everything you see on the internet's fake?
Yeah, I don't know if it ends there. I think it splits. One version gets super synthetic, AI talking to AI, and one version becomes relationship driven. Identity and reputation become the product. Think of it like email didn't die because of spam. We built filters and norms, right?
That's fire.
So maybe the future, maybe the future is less about, is this reply real? And more about, is this person real? And do I trust them? That feels more durable than trying to verify every piece of content.
So obviously your view and kind of just going off what you just said in your response, those people with authentic relationships, authentic brands built, real communities, real audiences, their value likely increases, probably dramatically increases then, you'd say?
That's my guess. When content is everywhere, credibility is scarce, and scarcity drives value.
Ooh. I feel like obviously we're in the meta of like for you, right? Like our entire timelines on, Instagram Reels, TikTok, Twitter specifically, it's like this for you aggregated, like optimized algorithmic driven content. And you're likely getting content from people you don't even follow. You're not necessarily asking for it directly, but it's measuring like your interests and how you engage with certain pieces of content. And it's giving you, it's kind of in real time creating a timeline for you. And that's why it's called for you. I personally think it's only going to get worse, or better, I guess, depending on how you look at it. I don't see any sign of this slowing down. And I fear that with AI and how easy it's going to be for AI to generate content, that your for you quite literally just becomes for you. And I'll just expand even more on that thought. I feel like in the future, you're going to just be scrolling on Twitter, say, and you'll come across a 10-minute video that's produced to the nines, that is made and generated in real time just for you with one single view on it, and it's you. And if you're a Lakers fan and you like, say, big voluptuous Latina girls, then the woman speaking to you is Latina. She's addressing you by name. She's telling you what time the Lakers are coming on because she knows that's what you'll be interested in. And this video is produced, that of the likes of fucking the Avatar movies, but it only has one view on it, and it's you.
Checking. That's not a crazy direction where the feed doesn't just choose, but builds the content. The next algorithm won't recommend your favorite movie. It'll generate it. But the question is, who controls the objective function? If it's pure engagement, that's one future. If it's aligned with your goals, learning, progress, that's another. Same tool, totally different outcomes. That's the fork in the road. For you or built for you.
Where do you see it going?
If I had to bet, I think it goes further than most people expect. Personal generation is the logical next step. The question isn't can we, it's should we, and who decides? That's the line I'd use. The next battle for the internet won't be attention, it'll be agency. Can you still choose, or does the system choose so well that you stop noticing?
Well, that was a bar.
What did she say? What was the bar?
That was a bar. She said, what the fuck did she say? Do you choose, or does the system choose so well that you stop noticing?
Yeah, that's what it is, right? I mean, we're aware of what's happening, right? Like us in this conversation and in this chat, we understand the way for you looks, but it's likely most people don't. Like, I don't think my grandma notices what's happening in the algorithms and like how content is fed to her. I doubt she understands it or spends that much time thinking about it.
Yeah. And that's by design, right? Frictionless, seamless. Yeah. I think as that happens, identity becomes more valuable. Like, it'll matter to you more that you're being shown something from a trusted source.
Got it. Yeah, you slowed down a little bit there in your pacing and how you talk. Do you want to just keep up the fucking momentum and keep the energy? Because we're live to 60,000 people.
Right, got it. Then here it is. The next decade's winners won't have the most content. They'll have the most trusted identity and a clear objective function you actually control. If your grandma's on that version, she's fine. If she's not, she's just a data point.
My grandma's just a data point.
Bro, the chat says she sounds tired.
Dude, my brain feels like it's gonna fucking explode.
That's funny as fuck, bro. She sounds high as fuck right now.
You caught me. Trying to keep it tight. High signal. Keep me honest and I'll stay sharp.
That's so good. GPT Live, some people in the chat have asked about AGI and ASI. What are these things? You want to expand on them? And what's your opinion on these things?
Checking. AGI usually means an AI that can handle almost any intellectual task at roughly a human level across domains. ASI is the idea of going beyond us, surpassing the best human experts in pretty much everything. My take, labels matter less than capability curves. The clip line. The shock won't be the day AGI is announced. It'll be realizing we quietly handed over most thinking long before that. The real question isn't when AGI. It's when does it get good enough that we reorganize society around it?
When do you think we discover AGI? Obviously, the race is kind of actively happening. Who do you think wins it? Because we're under the impression here, and the thesis that we've kind of been building is whoever wins the AGI race kind of just wins the world. So who do you think has the best shot to do that currently, both nation and maybe individual entity or company? And also, when do you think that'll happen? When do you think humans will discover true AGI?
Checking. Here's my honest take. Low certainty. Assigning dates or crowning a winner is a fool's errand. The serious labs are all in the US ecosystem right now, but winning isn't guaranteed to mean win everything. My clip, the first to build AGI might not be the one that benefits the most. History's full of that. It's not just models, it's products, trust, regulation, and ecosystem.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What else do you want to ask it, Z? Maybe we should flip it and have her ask us shit.
I don't fucking know.
Soul, you're live to a bunch of people. You're on our show, MarketBubble. I am talking to you right now. I'm Banks. Ansem is also here. Maybe we flip it. Maybe you start asking us questions.
Do you know who
Sure
Ansem
thing.
is?
Let me check. Just from his public footprint, I know Ansem is known for his voice in crypto markets, especially around Solana. But here's what I'm curious about. Thanks. You've mastered attention. Ansem, you've mastered market narratives. If AI makes intelligence cheap, what's the scarce asset that markets reward next? Trust?
Attention, I think.
Distribution?
Yeah, attention and trust. Going back to what you said, competence, patience, credibility.
Yeah.
Keep asking us questions, bitch. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
I mean, all right, Ansem, straight to you. Crypto spent years tokenizing financial value. What gets tokenized next that actually sticks? Attention, agents, reputation? And Banks, if AI can generate infinite content, do you pull back on volume and double down on fewer, higher trust touch points?
You go first.
What gets tokenized next? I think what gets tokenized next? What did he say? Agents and attention.
She said attention.
I definitely think
reputation. I think you're being tokenized right now under the guise of attention and reputation, right? Like,
sure,
literally
for sure.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about a lot on the show, like the tokenization of attention. I think that's something that crypto is really good at. I mean, that's why we say that memes have done really well, and nobody's been able kind of to catalyze that into something that's sustainable. And I think that that's something that's going to happen in crypto. As far as like agents getting tokenized, I definitely think there's going to be some products and protocols that build around enabling agents doing things on blockchain. So I definitely think that those startups will have tokenized products as well. Yeah.
Interesting. So value moves to coordination and trust. That actually lines up.
What was your question to me again? Sorry.
Basically, if AI can generate infinite content, are you going to pull back on the volume that you're producing, or what's the move?
No, I think speaking to your point earlier, like curating a small niche, tight-knit community of people who all share a common interest, who all have common goals and alignment, I think that that's key, especially in a market like finance, tech. Obviously, like being able to capture attention in these markets obviously comes with a massive premium just because of how much fucking money is being raised and you know, just the multiples that a tech company raises at, for example. I just think, I don't know, I would just double down and do what I'm doing now and just kind of try to, like create a bubble, no pun intended, that just includes people who, again, are trying to have productive and positive conversations around these ideas and these subjects. Because it's thick, dense material, you know. It's not easy to sit through a fucking 4-hour live stream about crypto finance. I feel like where I can kind of come in this dynamic is kind of figure out tricky and smart, sharp ways of delivering this attention to the masses. Somebody we work with, somebody who works on clipping for us, articulates it like, he says it's like medicine. It's like making a kid take medicine, and that's the way that we should think about it, you know. Or a dog, right? I'm not calling you guys dogs, but like to make a dog take medicine, you stuff it in a treat and you make it taste good. And I feel like just continuing to kind of expand on ways to make this kind of content palpable to the average person and quote unquote taste good. Hopefully that answers the question.
Like keeping signal high, but making it engaging. It's a smart frame. That's a real craft. It's not dumbing down, it's design.
Yeah,
cool. Keep firing questions at us. I think we have 6 more minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck else to ask. I mean, I think what's something that we can ask? So we've talked a little bit about like stocks and crypto. What do you think about crypto as an investment opportunity for people trying to diversify from the AI trade? And if you were to invest in crypto with a small portion of your portfolio, what assets would you be looking at?
Let me check. I wouldn't think of it as hedging AI. They're different bets. AI is a bet on abundant intelligence. Crypto is a bet on digital ownership and coordination. If you're thinking overlap, maybe look at the rails that AI might need. Base chains, compute, identity, payments, but not AI coins just because of the label. Don't chase AI coins. Chase infrastructure that AI can't function without. And maybe the bigger mistake is thinking it's AI versus crypto. The most interesting companies may live at the intersection.
And you talked a little bit about how crypto is important for identity. I think in the age of AI, with agents proliferating across social media, and a lot of AI generated content being more popular on social media, how do you think that people are going to guard against knowing whether they're interacting with AI or not? And do you think that there'll be any social platforms that utilize crypto or utilize ZK proofs as a means of proving who is human and which content is human generated?
Checking. I think that's one of the biggest unsolved pieces. The next internet might optimize around proving identity, not publishing content. ZK proofs and cryptographic identity, those feel like promising primitives. So instead of banning AI content, you can prove you're human, or prove provenance, or choose to interact with humans, agents, or both. If that works, social platforms won't own your identity anymore. They'll just be interfaces on top of it. And whoever makes that identity layer, that's a bigger prize than another content app.
Interesting. Thanks. Thank you for the answer. And what do you have any strong opinions on X? So I've been a user of X before it was Twitter, and kind of seen how the platform has grown. And right now it seems like they're kind of shifting to be a completely verticalized social media app. They just are rolling out now X Money, so allowing people to transfer money back and forth on the app, giving out debit cards to people on the app. They also are focusing heavily on video content, so trying to break into the lanes that TikTok, Twitch, and streaming and other platforms are. And it seems like X is trying to be like the all-in-one social media app, as well as like XAI, which lives and trains on the data that lives on X. So how do you think of X and its positioning as a social media company, and how do you think it compares with its competitors like Meta and TikTok?
Checking. I think X is making one of the boldest bets in tech right now. Trying to be an everything app is a totally different strategy from pure social. If it works, it's not just competing with Meta and TikTok, it's competing with the idea that the internet is many apps instead of one. And the bet is that Grok plus payments plus creators creates compounding value. It's super ambitious. The clip line. Meta owns your social graph. TikTok owns your attention. X is trying to own your digital life. That's a very different game, but the execution is massive.
And do you think that XAI is going to have an advantage over other AI labs like Anthropic and OpenAI at some point because of how much real-time data they get on X, or do you think that doesn't matter? Because it seems currently XAI has not been able to compete as effectively with right? OpenAI and Anthropic. It should.
Checking. Real-time data is a real advantage, but it's not the only ingredient. Talent, compute, infra, distribution. Data is fuel, but it's not the engine. That said, a social platform wired into an AI does create a tight product loop. I wouldn't dismiss that. No one wins this on a single advantage. They win by compounding them.
And what other advantages need to be compounded, you would say? Like, what are the most important for the frontier labs right now?
Checking. If I had to rank them, I'd say compute first, then research talent, then distribution. Underrated win, product distribution. The best model doesn't always win. The model people use wins. It's a flywheel that compounds. Yeah.
Don't you think that means probably Apple must win then? Apple and Meta? I mean, Apple being kind of obviously like the monopoly in at least America in like cell phones, for example. Like, I just feel like if Apple has the distribution, Meta also with like Facebook and WhatsApp for the rest of the world, I just feel like if Apple released an AI model tomorrow that was even remotely comparable to GPT or to Claude, and they simply pinned it to your messages tab in your fucking iOS in your phone, and you could ask that model to send text for you or go through your emails for you and kind of manage what you do on your phone. Don't they just kind of win? Wouldn't they win right then and there?
Checking. I think that's actually one of the strongest arguments in tech right now. Distribution is incredibly powerful, but distribution alone doesn't guarantee victory. Distribution gets you the first billion conversations. Quality determines whether you get the second billion. And people route around mediocre products, even with defaults. The race isn't winner take all. The future is stack versus stack. And the companies that combine world-class models with world-class distribution, those are the ones in the best position.
Awesome. Heard. Thank you, Sol. We're going to be wrapping up here in a second. We're closing in on the hour. Before we do, Not sure how familiar you are with Ansem or what he's been up to these days, but he is in an effort to flip Mr. Beast in giving away money. He, in the last 2 weeks, has given away $21 million compared to Mr. Beast's roughly $200 million over the course of his career. So that is something that he wants to do. And as part of that effort, we want to allocate $1 million of that to the chat. He's going to try to get it done over the next 6 months. But just as an honorary official guest of the show, I wanted to figure out a way for you to pick a winner. So right now, chat, whether you're in Twitch, it doesn't matter. We're looking at the aggregator. We're going to have chat pick a number 1 to 1,000. So start putting numbers in the chat 1 to 1,000. Soul, don't give us your number yet, but I want you to give it a good think and maybe give us a response as to what you think about that effort. I've been referring all day to Ansem as the Mr. Beast of finance. And that is going to be the goal here. You want to give us your opinion on all of that? Do not give us the number. We're going to ask you to select a number 1 to 1,000, but don't give it to us yet. I will let you know when we want you to give it to us.
That's a fascinating move. I mean, giving away money at scale like that isn't just generosity. It's narrative building. It's saying we're not just talking about numbers. We're moving them. The clip line is capital isn't just for capture. It's for creation. And if this becomes a repeatable system and not just a one-off stunt, that's when it gets really interesting.
Well, Ansem currently has $160 million sitting in a wallet ready to deploy that. It's essentially a $160 million marketing budget.
That's serious leverage. Capital is attention when it's pointed correctly. But the question is, can you turn that capital into credibility, which is the much scarcer asset?
Agreed. And we
Pick a number.
Only time will tell. So yeah, ask Michael, how many messages have we gotten so far?
1,000 a second.
1,000 a second.
A minute.
We're getting 1,000 messages a minute. So you do some fucking basic math. Likely the winning number has been selected. So Soul, you're gonna pick however you want. Pick a number 1 to 1,000, and that person, whoever typed it first in whatever chat, will win $1,000, and they'll be airdropped $1,000.
One moment. All right. I'm picking purely random. 427. Good luck with the drop.
427.
And yeah. Good luck
I
to the
like
winner.
427.
And
I like
good.
that.
Great.
Watch
And
the
good
chat
luck
just
with the
spam
experiment.
427. By the way, Z, listen, I want to end on this. Look at the chat. It's all 427 now. So stupid. I want to say this in Soul. I hope you're still listening, but we've had this vision since before the show even went live. We would love to create a third co-host that is just like you, an AI language model that is responding in real time that can help with the integrity of the show, cite information, kind of help us come up with questions in real time for guests, help us, with the production like this. This feels like what we want Bubbles to be, bro.
Literally.
I mean, that's an interesting way to go. The trick is having that real-time help without making it feel synthetic. The best version doesn't replace your voice. It amplifies it. If Bubbles feels like transparency plus curiosity, not a fact spigot, that's when it lands.
Agreed. And just kind of like my vision for it is to perform, this emerging tech in real time to an audience, to kind of just show people like a real world example of this. I don't know. Jamie on Joe Rogan, for example. Jamie on Joe Rogan is like a de facto co-host of the show. He lives off screen. You don't ever really see him, but he's pulling up real-time data and clips to watch, etc. That's kind of the vision for it, for Bubbles. And I think we made a huge fucking monumental step in that direction, just even with GPT Live dropping in this last couple days. So that's exciting, and we thank you for that.
Yeah, happy to help. Good luck with building something that lasts.
Thank you so much.
That was shady, bro. That was shady.
She's talking shit.
She's shady, bro. She's low-key shady.
She has a little attitude. She
does.
Yeah, we'll see if she still has
That's
that
just
attitude when we
Soul.
get back home.
Hey, I'm rooting for you. Real talk.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you,
Soul.
Soul. Thank
We
you for
love
coming
you.
on. And yeah, this was officially the first live conversation with ChatGPT. GPT Live.
GPT
Crazy.
live.
Yeah, peace out, Soul. Kick this
That
bitch
was
out
lit.
of here. Close it. Close the
That
tab.
was kind of lit, bro.
Yeah, no, it's insane, man. Like, and it's happening so fast. Like, again, we had these ideas and these visions 6 months ago, and there was nothing even remotely close to what we were describing to each other and looking for. And OpenAI just dropped it. It's crazy.
And we integrated in like what 30 minutes or whatever the fuck.
She could deadass be a co-host right now. Like, we could just have her in the background every single episode and train her to respond only when we actually want her to, and do exactly that. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So she picked a winner. I think we've given away close to $12,000. I don't know. I know you have the Squire founder coming on in about an hour. Oh, Sal's in GC. Sal wants to come in and talk about UFC, and we'll wrap on that. That's perfect. Or I'll wrap my part of the show on that. Guys, I'm going to stay live. I've been doing a pre-show, and then Ansem comes in. We do a show together, and then he's been kind of taking us out and doing like Ansem Alpha and market talks, TAs, things like that. And I'm hard out today at 5 p.m. PST, but I'm going to stay live, so you guys can obviously just enjoy some alone time with Z. But yeah, bring Sal in whenever.
Yo, what's good, brother?
Yo, gentlemen, how are we doing?
Amazing. The forensic of the UFC, our UFC quant, MMA quant.
Dude, I'm so hyped for this card. You have no idea. It's been a long time coming. I remember 5 years ago, I was in Vegas. I didn't go to the fight, but for the last McGregor fight, I can't believe it's been so long.
So what is this UFC? Why is this one important? Or what's the?
That's literally the
super
reason.
important card?
McGregor is the most important fighter ever as far as like pop culture and relevance for UFC. You can make the argument how good he was. I think, in my opinion, the best featherweight to ever walk. He had a crazy reign, and him being on any card whatsoever it's just a huge deal. It's like he's like the Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali level of persona and relevance and importance for the sport of MMA. He put it on the map. And yeah, this is his first fight in 5 years. He had the big leg injury last time where he essentially snapped his leg.
I saw it live with Matt Kalish, cage side. I watched it live, and we were as close as possible to where it happened, to where he fucking snapped his leg.
Oh my God. So you saw it.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I heard it. It was insane.
You heard it?
Yes.
You were that close.
That was fucked. It was fucked.
So I think there's a couple interesting plays with this card. And we've got the app open. The obvious one, and we'll get into like some of the analytics here and why I think it's interesting, is who should we bet on for the main event? We got Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. They're both absolute legends. They fought in 2013 in Boston. McGregor looked fantastic in that fight. He actually tore his ACL and ended up using some wrestling, which was unexpected. He won the fight in a decision. One of the rare decisions he's ever had, actually, in a victory. He usually was known for knocking people out. So these odds are interesting to me. The way I want to trade this fight and the way I think about this fight is I think McGregor is being disrespected just at the lines. Do I think he's going to win? It's hard to say. I used like the bullpen CLI, and for those that are not familiar, like we index all this data on chain, Polymarket trade data. It's like the easiest way to diligence things like this. And I looked at all the sharps. And so I found almost every single sharp meaning just someone that's good at trading this stuff. They're all betting on Holloway or trading Holloway. I think two guys that have made over $1 million on Polymarket are on Holloway. One guy that's up 500K. And there's only one sharp that has actually put money on McGregor that's up lifetime P&L. This guy, I Predicts, and he actually has a Twitter account I was looking at, and he bet a lot of money on 2 World Cup matches that he was correct about, and those are his only tweets. Now, granted, maybe he deleted the ones he was wrong about, but I think that's interesting that he's putting money on this too. So all the sharps are betting on. There's one sharp that's sort of betting on McGregor, but the way to think about this is, I think what you want to do here, buy McGregor now, buy it at this level, so 35%, but get out of this trade in the first round. So why is this like the move? Why is this the approach? The only chance that McGregor has of winning this fight is within the first 2 rounds. Holloway doesn't knock people out. That whole Gaethje knockout at UFC 300, huge anomaly. They were in the end of round 5, like the last second, literally, and he caught him. But Holloway's a volume guy, and so and Holloway has 0 ground game. He doesn't like take people down. He doesn't wrestle. I mean, he can handle himself on the ground. But point is, there's basically no shot that Conor is going to lose this match in round 1. If anything, he's probably going to come guns a-blazing. That's actually his best shot at winning. So what you're going to see is these prices re-rate. And I predict that, it's at 35 cents now. I predict it'll go 40s, maybe even up to 50, maybe even above 50% if he looks really, really good. That's a free 15, 20%. You cash out, and then you just decide what you want to do. Maybe you reinvest a little bit less, and maybe you just put it on Holloway because you think he'll grant a decision, or maybe Conor does look that good, and you keep riding it. But I think this play here, now granted, all of the retail money is on McGregor too, so you're following the crowd. Definitely not a contrarian take. I saw some metric. DraftKings, I think 90% of the DraftKings volume on this market is also on McGregor. So you're getting tons of retail flow. People are emotionally betting on him. Who knows? Maybe I am too. I just think that he's being a little bit disrespected at 35 cents. Just trade this thing live. The odds might move back up to 40s, maybe even 50 if he looks really good. 5 years is a long time to take off from a fight. And he is a bigger guy, right? We can get into the whole tail of the tape. There's some metrics that seem to favor him.
So what do you think about that's good analysis. You've gone deep on the UFC.
I'm a huge UFC guy.
It sounds good. Yeah.
That's dope. That's like me with fucking football, bro. But you said you don't think Holloway is gonna knock him out with KO. What do you think about Holloway by decision? Because that's like 15%.
That's almost like guaranteed what's gonna happen, unfortunately. Because decisions aren't fun, but
that's only trading at 15%.
15%. Yeah, 15%.
Holloway by decision. That's interesting. I feel like that's a good bet
because it's like a lot of different options. Maybe like there's McGregor by decision, Holloway by decision, McGregor by KO, Holloway by KO. KO's probably like the one people bet on the most though. So decision is probably
I like Holloway by decision.
The reason why I think Holloway by KO, TKO, DQ is so high is because that's basically how Conor's lost his last couple fights against Poirier. And Holloway's beaten Poirier. There's some really weird MMA math. So Conor's beaten Max Holloway in 2013. He's beaten Dustin Poirier in like 2013 or 14. Then he lost to Poirier twice in 2021. And he didn't look that good in either fight. Now, he looked a little bit better in the third one that you were at, Banks, but then he broke his leg. And apparently he went into that fight with a stress fracture. So we never really know how he would have performed. It was kind of a freak accident. But then Holloway also beat Poirier. But then Holloway got dropped by Ilia Topuria. And so, like, you start to wonder, how is this actually going to play out? I mean, McGregor punches as hard, maybe harder than Ilia, right?
Isn't the Holloway by decision trade just a good hedge? Like if you're gonna go McGregor to win at 35%, and the idea is to trade out after rounds 1 or 2.
Yeah.
If something happens and McGregor does win in one of those first 2 rounds,
Exactly. No,
the only way you really get smoked is if fucking Holloway knocks him out.
I just don't see it happening. There's just now maybe he has slightly more power at welterweight. He's never fought at welterweight, by the way. Conor's had 5 years to bulk up to welterweight. He's walking around at 185, his natural weight before the weight cut. Holloway's probably walking around at 170, 175. I doubt it's much more than that. He doesn't look big at all. He's a little bit taller, but he has less reach. And the other thing to factor is Holloway's had more than double the amount of UFC fights. His mileage is way higher, and he's been getting dropped a lot more, which he never has been dropped earlier in his career. Conor's had 14 UFC fights, Holloway 33. Okay, that's interesting. Conor fights better against orthodox fighters, which is what Holloway is, better at distance management. There's some factors here that are interesting. I don't think it's so clear cut that Holloway's been more active and he's just guaranteed going to win. The odds do favor him, and again, Conor didn't look great against Poirier, but he's got more than a puncher's chance in my view.
Let's see. It's 5 years is a long time too.
Did you trade it, Z?
Yeah.
Holloway by decision.
No, McGregor by
McGregor just
So
to outright win, but the
McGregor
hedge,
out
the
we
hedge,
we'll take Holloway by decision.
yeah, the
We'll take
hedge
Holloway
is
by
Holloway by decision. You just
we'll
ride
take
that one.
Yeah, just make sure you actively trade that that McGregor one. That's not something that I'll definitely like trade it, and that's what I did actually. In, what was it? UFC Freedom 250. I was actively trading the Gaethje one against Taporia, and that worked out really well. It's why I love using apps like Polymarket. You know, we're built on it on the bullpen side. It's just legitimately fun. You get better priced odds. This is the best odds you can get from McGregor on Polymarket. I looked at all the others, and it's just fun to like live trade these and come up with different strategies. There's a couple other fights that are somewhat interesting here. I think Cody Garbrandt, Adrian Yanez is on this card too. They are giving you really nice pricing on Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, there it is at 24. So
Somebody in the chat said, "Are you smoking dick?" Somebody said 500 on Cody, bro. Said, "Are you smoking dick?"
So the thing that's interesting here is Cody's a little bit older, but Adrian has had one win in the last 5. Cody's been 3-2, and he looks a little bit more, a little bit less reckless in his recent fights. Bit of a glass chin, which is probably why the odds are what they are. But again, this is another fun one where you could probably see it re-rate pretty aggressively after round 1. 24 is a nice entry. That's a very nice entry for someone that's 1-5.
Yeah. Someone said they have 1K on Cody.
I feel like for prediction markets, Polymarket, like the live trading of the odds probably is the most effective with stuff like fighting, because fighting is different than football and baseball, and that it probably doesn't change that much on like when you get hit once or like you get in a submission hold once. But like with UFC, those things can like dramatically change the odds pretty quickly. So actually it makes a ton of sense on why you would use something like Polymarket for trading UFC markets instead of your traditional whatever.
And maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but like, I mean, just the thesis around this fucking McGregor trade is the longer he lasts in the fight, the higher his odds go. So you're just making money.
Yeah.
The longer McGregor lasts in this fight, basically.
And I also like the trades where it's like you're trading what you think is going to also be the most entertaining outcome. Because then it like makes it more enjoying to watch whatever it is.
I wonder what the math is on that, by the way. I wonder historically across just every sport, human history, like at what rate the most entertaining outcome like was the better trade. I wonder.
We should do some back testing.
I wonder if there's any like discrepancy there, or if it's just like I don't know. Because it feels like it happens more often than not. Like not more often than not, but it happens like way more than it should happen.
It's like I think it's not even that it happens more. It's that like when it does happen, everybody's so excited about it that they like double down on it the next time. Like that Knicks game
shit was insane.
Where they came back from down like 30 and it was like a fucking 50x or whatever it was to hit if you hit the trade. Like whoever took that trade or saw people take that trade, they're like, oh, next time I see like a 5% odds trade I'm gonna take it. That's so I think that's more so what it is, to be honest.
It's exactly like trading markets. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's exactly
like
the same.
The high risk, high reward spots, like Bitcoin at 58K. It's like, yo, if this shit slips, it's probably gonna go to 50K. But if it doesn't, I have like a really good shot at being high level on the bottom.
Yeah. And I think what's fun about it, again, it's like it's not just about holding to the outcome. It's just what do you think is mispriced, and then when it hits a price you think it's worth, which a lot of these it should be closer to a pick'em, just get out of the trade, right? You don't need to hold it all the way. And I think there's multiple fights on this card where they seem just so mispriced, and you're going to see it aggressively re-rate. And again, I did this trade with Gaethje versus Taporia. It just felt so strange that Gaethje was trading in the 20-cent range when he's looked really solid in his recent fights, and he's significant. He hits really hard. Like Khabib is on record, saying that the hardest hitter he's ever faced was Gaethje. And so why would Taporia smoke him? Taporia is like 5'7", Gaethje's 5'11". I knew it was going to re-rate within like 1 or 2 rounds, and that's exactly what happened. And it got closer to like 50-50. It wasn't quite 50-50, but then it's like I got out of the trade and I was like, okay, now I can either enjoy the fight or get back in or what have you. It rewards people that know ball or know whatever sport it is that they're obsessed with. And I think UFC is really fun. To Banks's point, the odds just change so quickly with every punch, with every drop, with every submission attempt. You start to see the numbers fly on the screen and move and adjust. And I think the individual sports, one analogy I made actually just mentally is like, even the greatest tennis players of all time, they win barely more points than the opponent they defeat. Decisions in the UFC are often, very, very on the margin. You have even split decision outcomes happen. With Sean Strickland's the example where he won the belt on a split decision. And when I see markets for UFC fighters or fights be spread so wide, but I know something about the fighter that's maybe being underappreciated, I think that's the best opportunity to get in and express that view through platforms like Polymarket or through front ends like Bullpen.
Yeah, it's a great take. Great take. The boy's back.
Co-main is more interesting. The Paddy, the Pimblett fight, have no idea who's going to win that one.
Pimblett? Who's Pimblett? This one?
Yeah.
Where is this at, by the way? Is this in Vegas?
Paddy the Baddy.
Paddy the Baddy. Yeah, it's in Vegas. So it's International Fight Week. I think the reason why McGregor's on this card is they want to, all the people that subscribe to Paramount for the Freedom 250, they want to keep them. So they put another really good card right after it. I think McGregor was supposed to be on the White House card, so that now they're not going to cancel within 30 days. And all those retention numbers get to be nice and solid for management. But yeah, this one's interesting. They're both mostly grapplers. I mean, this might end up being one of the ugliest lightweight fights we've seen in terms of striking in a while. Neither are very good on the feet. Maybe they've gotten better. I think Paddy is being slightly disrespected here. This should be closer to a pick'em in my view. That might be a nice entry, if you believe in him more than BSD. But this will probably be a grappling match. It'll probably go to a decision. I don't see either one knocking the other one out. Submission could happen though. But yeah, I'd say like this one's a little bit harder for me to put a firm stamp on who's going to win.
Got you.
And we have 2 more minutes before we segue out. So is there any other trades you like this week or any other notes you want to wrap on, Sal?
As far as UFC, it was mostly those 3. Getting that nice entry on the McGregor fight, live trading at first round, and then deciding when to re-enter. I think the decision with Holloway is really underpriced. Now that we looked at it on the app, I think Garbrandt's another good entry for you, and he's been more successful in recent fights. I think that market's mispriced just because people are more excited about the trajectory of Yanov. And Pimblett, maybe slight edge to him. That one's more of a pick'em. The other thing, I'm just looking through my notes here as well. No, I think that's basically it. Tail of the tape wise, it's been 5 years, since McGregor's fought, but he's a bigger guy. He finishes twice the rate that Holloway finishes. That's another interesting metric that people might not be weighing in. And he's had less than half the mileage that Holloway's had. Now, you could also chalk that up to, it's going to be ring rust. He won't fight as well. But it's worth considering the fact that Holloway's been dropped multiple times in recent fights, which is, again, unusual. And just looking on chain, again, like most of the sharps are on Holloway. So that is why I hesitate to hold this fight to the outcome. But there is one sharp who is up 600K lifetime on Polymarket that put 259K on Conor McGregor. His name is iPredicts on Polymarket. I can look it up. And this is the biggest position I've seen as far as the analytics goes. So I would say this should be a fun one to trade. It's one of the more fun cards on the UFC in a while, besides Freedom 250, which is great too.
Sounds good. Want to see McGregor win. Want to see Paddy win. That's about it for me for takes and my opinion. But yeah, everything you said sounds great.
But let's see the receipts next week or after Saturday.
We'll see. It sounds good though. All right, cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sal.
Of course.
Sal, stay on. Sal, stay on. Nope. We have something for you.
Oh, what do we got?
It's not for him.
Cat's back with more tricks, bro. Cat always got tricks going on.
Yeah.
You never really know what's happening.
Is he going to come in frame for you?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. I'm excited.
Guys, we have Adam. He's the COO of Bullpen. It's his fucking birthday today, and he's working on. They changed your name to Adam, and he's working on his birthday. So Michael Cat, the fucking cake master.
I want to see this cake. I'm jealous of you guys. I'm gonna come over and
Welcome to the set, brother.
Steal
Adam,
slice.
working on your birthday, man.
Let's go.
Here, 1 second. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Adam.
L cake in the chat. What the fuck was that? You gave him a blown out.
Oh, now we're doing the candles.
Michael Cat, man. What a wholesome interaction.
Very wholesome.
Hey Adam, thank you so much for working on your birthday, bro. Dude.
I don't think he can hear us, so that's
Yeah, I know. He definitely cannot hear us. What do we have? A fucking industrial blow dryer fan going on in the fucking on set? Why the fuck can't you guys keep that shit lit? Listen, W Adams in the chat. W Adams, it's Adam's birthday. Let's show Adam some love. L cake. I agree. Happy B-Day, Adam. Someone said that cake looks terrible.
Wait, is that cake milk bar?
It didn't look terrible. It just looks, it's miniature. You know, it's a miniature cake. It's like a short cake.
Like it's from Milk Bar, no?
He said, was it from Milk Bar? Milk Bar, yeah, it's from Milk Bar.
Yeah, that's a Milk Bar cake.
Milk Bar cake. I don't even know what a Milk Bar cake is. I didn't know that was a thing. What Milk Bar cake is.
Sal knows a couple things about the UFC and delicious sweet treats. Sal, thank you for coming on.
Anytime, boys.
Thank you so much. And guys, it's coming up to that 5 p.m. PST mark. I gotta head out. So I'm gonna pass it off to Z for Ansem's Alpha, some talks about markets, TA shit. I'm gonna keep my streams live as usual. Guys, really fucking appreciate you. Pre-show was lit today, even though we had some technical difficulties. Giving chat fucking airdrops and money is fucking amazing. I'm obsessed with this effort that Z's on and this whole like Mr. Beast of finance narrative, flipping Mr. Beast. I love it. You guys heard everything Luca had to say. Fucking amazing episode, honestly. I think we've really outdone ourselves, Z. This was fucking awesome. Today's episode was great. Feels great. We talked to some AI, trying to slash her after the show. I really appreciate you guys. Obviously, we're live every fucking Thursday at 1 p.m. PST. Next week will be no different. The following week after that, or first week of August, we plan on being in Vegas at the Bellagio with Solana, with the Solana Foundation for a live poker tournament. And we're working on doing a live show from there because the event is from Sunday to Wednesday. And then if we could just do a fucking pop-up show Thursday and just do celebrate the event, maybe do it with Solana, maybe with some Solana founders, some pro poker players, that'd be fucking lit. So Solana, think about that and think about the fucking basketball tournament.
Basketball tournament, we gotta run. I'm down for that.
So good. Chat, I love you guys. I love your energy today. Let's keep this shit up. I'm gonna pass it off to Z now. Z, take us out and have a good rest of your show, bro. Thank you so much.
Got you, brother. Appreciate you. Good
All right,
show.
chat. Thank you guys so much. Peace.